Yes, I'm Danny Johnson, CEO at TPP, The Positive Porpoise.
I'm Jason Miller from Fins Up SoCal Fan Club.
I'm Scott Howell from Atlanta Dolphin Club.
Mark Angelo, NorCal Dolphin Club.
And you're listening to Clock Blockers, Miami fans' #1 morning show.
Run it, 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 run it.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? What is going on? Welcome to Clock Blockers, home of the #1 Miami fan morning show. I am your host, Steven Daniels. Super excited to be here with y'all this morning. And I'm just, I'm ready. I am so ready for today. Y'all don't even know how ready I am for today. I'm going to get my cough drop in just to make sure my throat is good. Because yesterday there was a lot of screaming and yelling and pandemonium and pendulum and just outrageousness all over across the Dolphins universe. And it was lovely. It was a lovely sight to see. What's going on, everybody? I am super excited. We're going to have a fun morning. Today, we're just going to talk about the reaction. We are going to talk about a reaction today. And I'm going to talk to y'all. I'm going to hear from y'all. And we're going to have such a great time. And I just want to say that I love y'all. And if y'all are going through anything right now, use us today as just a way to get through your day, whatever it's going to be. But it's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a fun one. All right. Got to start up with the housekeeping stuff. So just bear with me. Number one, hey, if you're not following me on social media, follow me at Stephen D. SKPL. Spread kindness, positivity, and love. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok. Make sure you guys do that there. Also, hey, follow me and follow Miami Sports Music. You're not following Miami Sports Music yet? Make sure you do that. Make sure you do that. Follow Miami Sports Music, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, at Miami Sports Music, and make sure you follow them on Twitter at MIA Sports Music. Hey, if you're watching this right now, give me a thumbs up. 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 Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Donate to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button and subscribe. Cannot grow without y'all's help. Cannot grow without y'all's help. So make sure you guys do that. Okay? Okay, make sure y'all do that. Also, hey, join now. Sign up to become a member today. Would love to have you become part of the family. Sign up. Can we get 2 new members today? Is that something we can do? We can get 2 new members today. All right. Make sure you guys do that. Sign up and subscribe and become a member today. Join the channel to get access to perks. Would love to get 2 new members to become part of the family. All right. Make sure you guys do that as well. All right. Also, hey, want to remind you guys to donate to the channel, help the channel grow. A lot of different ways you guys can do that. You guys can use the YouTube live super chat, which is the $sign down at the bottom of the chat. You guys can also use $sign MSM Podcast Network, which is the Cash App, or you guys can also use PayPal, which is MSM Podcast Network. A million different things you can use. Want to give a big shout out to our sponsor, Tail Greeter. Tail Greeter is an amazing sponsor of the show. Make sure you download their free app on your current Apple or Android device today. Follow them on social media at TAILGREETER, Tail Greeter today. Also, hey, look, you guys want this Javon Holland autographed jersey? You guys want this? Donate to the channel. Raise money for the channel. Every $10 donation between now and the end of this month, you will get entered to win an autographed Javon Holland jersey, courtesy of ZSM Sports. Zachary over at ZSM Sports. If you want more information, go to Instagram and check out ZSM Sports. Just so you know, we have ZSM Sports has a huge signing coming up. If you're interested, go to his Instagram at ZSM Sports. Patrick Surtain and Sam Madison are going to be doing a private signing. So if you're interested in getting stuff done, make sure you guys donate or you guys check ZSM Sports out on Instagram. Get all the information. That's going to be a great signing. It'll be a great addition to your man cave. So shout out to ZSM Sports. All right. Want to give a big shout out to Coast Worldwide Dolphins. I got the Charlotte Dolphin Club. I got their visor on today. Shout out to them. And shout out to Fins Up SoCal, who I believe is coming up with their own picnic, I think on April 9th or it's like April 9th or April 8th, or April 11th, somewhere in the beginning of April. They got a huge picnic coming up. And Jason Miller, shout out to Jason Miller. Shout out to everybody that's going to be there. That's going to be a fun, awesome, amazing thing you don't want to miss. So make sure you guys go check them out today. Okay. All right. Now that I got all that out the way, I wanted to make sure that today was a fun day. So I asked a few people to join me early so that we could just talk about the amazingness that happened yesterday. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on my first guest this morning. And she is much better to look at than I am. So I think y'all will appreciate it. My girl, 305 Sports Babe, is in the building. What's up, 305 Sports Babe?
Good morning, guys. Seriously, a happy Thursday. Praise God, praise be to anybody you praise, because it is a wonderful day to be a Dolphins fan.
Hey, I was praising him yesterday. We were praying to the football gods live on the air. It's going to be awesome. You know, when I said April, Danny just said May 21st.
May 1st, San Bernardino. So
See, I said April. Good thing. Like, if you were looking at flights, it's May 21st.
May 21st is the Saturday, or it's in San Bernardino, SoCal, our SoCal friends out there, May 21st.
That's going to be fun. Make sure you guys do that.
After
okay?
Southwest Dolphins Memorial Day weekend in Naples and Sanibel Island, too. So 2 big events back to back.
I know. And I did that last year. I did the first ever one last year. I'm going to see about going down there this year. I haven't talked to Allie or anything yet, but let me tell you, it was a lot of fun last year. I truly enjoyed it. Me and Gorilla Luke did a lot of drinking that weekend out in the ocean. Let me tell you, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
My goodness.
We had a good time. All right. So first of all, Ashley, what's up?
What's going on, man? Oh my gosh. So much exciting news coming from Dolphins, and then the Heat. I mean, we can talk about that if you want, but
I wanted to, but this is I was talking to Solo, or I was talking to Cameron, and I'm like, I don't even know what to start the show out with today, because you would think, right, that it looked like for months the Heat, the Panthers, they got their stuff together. The moment the Dolphins get something together and start doing stuff, the Heat are like, hold my beer. Let me see how much I can mess this South Florida greatness up.
Well, I haven't played since last week. I don't know who played Monday and yesterday, so I don't know what you're talking about. No, it's been. I'm not worried, okay? I'm not freaking out thinking, oh my gosh, Rome is collapsing. I'm not thinking that, but it's what the heck? And I'm worried about Jimmy Butler. I'm worried about him on the court and a little off the court. I don't know if you saw, but him and Spo and UD got into it yesterday, and the cameras really didn't show it, so you only saw it from the people who were at the game.
This is a live thing from the game yesterday from a fan. This has got some profanity up here, so just bear with us. But this is yesterday at the game. And I'm just gonna pause it real quick. You see Spo? He's like, what? And they finally read his mouth. He said, what? You think I'm gonna fight you? And then if you look up to the top right of the screen, you'll see Udonis Haslem, who's been there for 20 years, and watch Udonis Haslem's reaction to Jimmy Butler. And that was the scene. That was the scene from the fans. A lot of us saw what happened on what the broadcast ended up broadcasting. But basically, Udonis Haslem was like, I'm going to beat your you-know-what. And I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
Jimmy's just been off the past few games. he's been inconsistent. And like, here's the thing, stuff like that happens in the locker room, right? Like guys get a huffy puffy in the locker room, but they don't take it out on the court, especially when you're on the same team. So to see that happen was really like discouraging from the team. And it's not going to get any easier because this week we play the Knicks and the Nets. The Knicks come to town on Friday tomorrow, and the Nets come to town on Saturday. And then the Kings on Monday, and then we go to Chicago. I'll be at that game. But there's a lot of like trying games coming up. And I'm just hoping, something's in the water. Like everything's still okay. But I'm not nervous. It's just unsettling. So I'm not pushing the panic button. There's no like everything's still okay, but it's just unsettling. So.
Well, I love two things that really stuck out to me. Number one, Spoelstra is don't mess with Spoelstra. That man did not take any crap from Butler. He didn't. He was all up in Butler's face, and they were holding him back. And I did think it was cool because Udonis Haslem was pretty much another coach on the sidelines, or on the court side. And Udonis didn't play either. He was real quick to jump at Jimmy Butler. Now, what I hope is that this is just, hey, look, this is a long season. It was a frustrating night. But but for them to be sitting in a huddle like that and seeing that, it was rough.
Terrible.
It was rough to see. Because here's the other thing that people need to realize. And I was saying this yesterday with Cameron on the show. I'm not worried about Brooklyn being the 8th seed because of the mask mandate. Kyrie's not going to play all the games. And then yesterday they announced in the afternoon that New York City was lifting the mandate for the vaccination and everything. And so now you will have to see Kyrie in all of the games, home and away.
I know, gosh, like, so I don't know.
It's going to be rough. It's going to be a rough series. But they got the team, though. They have the players.
Yeah, and then, but then, the Warriors had everybody out last night. Okay, granted, Steph Curry, but then, their whole squad, Klay Thompson, everybody was out. So that's, okay, if we see them again down the road, and then Philadelphia, and then this kid Maxey, coming off the streets and then dropping all those points. So I'm nervous. I'm not. I don't know. I don't know how I'm feeling. I don't know. It's just, I wish I had better Heat news. I always come to you with explosive. The last 2 games threw me off. So we'll see.
I really feel like it was that meme yesterday that was hold my beer. and then it had the little, thing that said, South Florida teams trying to do their best Dolphins impersonation. So the Dolphins yesterday were trying to do their best South Florida teams impersonation. And the South Florida teams were trying to do their best Dolphins impersonation. And I'm like, can we all just get on the same page and understand that South Florida is a place to be reckoned with in sports? What's going on?
What a day. But let's talk about the beginning of the day. So we wake up normal Wednesday, right? Go on Twitter, go on Facebook, let's see, maybe little trades. And then I get the alert saying, Tyreek's kind of looking at Miami. And I said, wait, let me fix my eyes. Is this really happening?
Is this real? Is this a real thing?
Alex came in and he was like, I'm here. And I'm like, is this really? So then the next thing that came was he's going to make a decision within 48 hours. So I said, all right, hold the horses, let them marinate. And then it happened instantly.
It happened so fast yesterday, Ashley. What happened is we were sitting here doing the show. We were having problems with our internet. We were having problems with YouTube. YouTube was acting up and it was going crazy. But now all I know is they were just preparing for the internet to break because, within a span of 30 or 45 minutes, we went from there's no way Tyreek Hill's ever going to get traded to not only is Tyreek going to get traded, he's going to go to the Dolphins. In our wildest dream, first of all, if I want to ask you, because you've been a fan for a long time, is this the biggest trade in offseason history for the Miami Dolphins? And the ones that I put up there are Ndamukong Suh, Brandon Marshall. Now, Ndamukong wasn't a trade. I think it was a signing. It wasn't a trade. But then you also got to do the Ricky trade. Ricky was a trade. So is this bigger than Ricky getting traded?
Cool. Well, I can tell you it's the biggest trade that I've ever witnessed as a Dolphins fan. I've never we've had little ones, Cortland Finnegan and Mike Wallace. We've had ones where I'm all right, cool. But something to this caliber? No, absolutely not. I don't remember. I can't. This is Huge. We're the Dolphins. This stuff doesn't happen to us. You know what I mean? Like other teams get like Matt Ryan and like big names and stuff. Like us, we get these players who are, I don't want to say they're on their last leg because I don't want to use that term, but who are just like filling gaps.
No, you can say last legs because that's a reality of what it is. Like that's what the Dolphins have been doing for so long is that. Yeah. And I don't know. I just all I know is that this was an amazing trade, and it went from what's funny is before the Teron Armstead signing, which was 72 hours earlier.
Yes.
We were like, oh, this, Chris Greer's talking about being aggressive in Indianapolis. He's not being aggressive. Well, you go out and you get Teron Armstead. And by the way, you get him at like 15 or 16 mil this year. Something we were all thinking it was going to be 22 mil, right?
Yeah.
And then 72 hours later, you go out and get arguably the best player in the game. Best player in the game.
Top 10, top 5, you name it. I mean, but why did Kansas City part with him? Like, I'm hearing very like different speculations. Like, what was really going on? And another saying, did we make out or did they make out?
Oh, we made out. We didn't have to get we still have 2 first-round draft picks next year. Let's just get that straight.
Yeah.
And we didn't have to give up. Like, we gave up the 29th pick in the first round. That's essentially a second-round pick. Call it what you want, right? So we gave up a first round, a second round, a fourth round in this year's draft. So our first pick's going to be in the third round with the 101 pick. It might end up being our only pick. I think we have a 7th rounder too.
Mm-hmm.
And then next year, we have 2 first rounders still. And we gave up a 4th and 6th next year. Like, who cares? The picks were nothing. Picks were nothing.
This draft pool is, I mean, nothing for nothing. And I'm sure there's plenty of talent there, but there's no one who I'm like, oh my gosh, like it was nothing like it was last year. I like the quarterback from Liberty, but beyond that, obviously we're not in the market for a quarterback. I'm okay with losing those draft picks. They're not guaranteed gold. So I'm okay with that. I'm good with that.
Do you know there is somebody I'm in love with in this draft?
Who?
A punter. Punter. I cannot think of his name for the life of me.
From where?
But with the third, where is he from, y'all? Where's the punter from? What is his name?
Georgia?
I don't know, but I know he drops like 75-yard dimes, and we don't have a punter right now. So if we get that punter with the third round pick, money. And by the way, I'm even going to go as far to say that Chris Greer, Ariza out of San Diego, that's who it is, Ariza out of San Diego. Chris Greer, GM of the year already. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it right now. He's killing it. Look what he did last year in the draft. Come on, Ashley. Look what he's done this offseason.
I'm going to come to it. It's coming slowly. And, it's hard, but I'm getting there. So let me take my time. It's getting there. He's getting there. Great move, though. Great move.
I love what Chris Greer's done. I think what he's done is absolutely amazing. Yeah. And the rumor is, there's rumors, granted, he's not done yet. Like there's rumors, they're saying we can go, JC Trenner's name's been passed around. I know that this won't happen, but it's still, like what else can he do to really, they're saying that the rumor is another big name on the O-line and another pass catcher.
Well, 2 names that I want to throw at you. Xavier Howard, Devontae Parker.
Yes. Xavier stays. Xavier's staying.
Okay. Devontae Parker.
I think he's gone. I think so
too, but I know.
Because if they are going out and getting somebody sent me something, or I read something this morning on Twitter that Spotrac is saying the Dolphins have $5 million left. Now, I feel like I've been seeing that, but here's the other thing about the Tyreek Hill situation.
Yeah.
$6.7 million against the cap this year. Let me say that again. Only $6.7 million against the cap for the best player because we did the big signing bonus, $19 million plus signing bonus. So if I don't know if X is gone, but it wouldn't surprise me if X is gone. But I think he stays personally.
He
But
should.
but DVP I think is gone.
Mm.
You can't keep him.
I know. I was sad that Matt Collins and also Dookie. We lost Dookie Johnson, but only because he's from UM. So I have a special love for him. So it's part of the game, though. It's a cycle. So I'm glad Agba stays, Gesicki stays, but I think you're right about Devontae. I think that I don't want to say on the chopping blocks, but I don't know. I don't know.
Well, look, there's a lot of teams out there that are in need of wide receiver help.
He's great.
DVP fills that role for a lot of teams, and you're going to get value for him, right? You're going to get rid of money on the books, open up cap space, get value for him in a trade capacity, and like that's what it is. That's what I think it is, and I think there are plenty of young players that can come up and learn from Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill. You still got Lynn Bowden here, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be it's going to be a fast season too. I don't think people realize Raheem Mostert and Tyreek Hill, 2 fastest players in the NFL on the Dolphins. That's crazy.
It's gonna be exciting. And I'm gonna say the black sheep in the room. I'm gonna say what everyone's saying. Like, if Tua, you have all the tools here, right? You have it to the right, to the left. You need a short pass, you need a long pass, you need a snap. It's all there now, bro. It's make or break, and he has to get it together. We gave you all your tools. Here's your time to succeed. So, granted, we have Teddy Bridgewater as a backup, which is it's fine, but I want Tua to be that guy. And I don't want to say there's no excuse, but there's no excuse. You know what I mean?
What I will say to this is,
tell me,
the narrative of Tua. Look, you're right. There is no excuses for him at this point. I'm just going to throw that out there. I agree with you. But what I will also say is, everybody's about Tyreek Hill. This is a narrative that I'm not liking. People are like, well, if Tyreek Hill can't, he's not going to have the numbers that he had with Patty Mahomes. And I'm like, hold on. He had it with Alex Smith.
Mm-hmm.
He had those numbers with Smith. And we saw what he could be from the very beginning. I think he's going to be fine in this offense. And if you go look at yards, deep passes last year, because I'm going to go through my Twitter. I retweeted a lot of stuff in the last 24 hours.
Yeah.
So I'm going to talk more about that later in the show. But I want to say San Francisco 49ers had the least amount of passes, less than the Dolphins. Yeah. And they made it to the NFC Championship game. By the way, McDaniel was there instituting that offense.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to be fine.
I think so too. I think it's going to be fine. The line's always a question. People blamed a lot of that last year. It was like, oh, there's no one to hold the line. That's why Tua got sacked, whatever. But I think we're going to be okay. I think so.
What are you most excited to see with Tyreek Hill on this offense? Are you more excited to see what the running backs do when the field opens up with Waddle and Tyreek? Are you excited to see how Waddle's going to maybe get more of a chance to break out because Tyreek's on the field? What are you most excited to see now that Tyreek's here?
I'm really excited to see how first of all, Tyreek's a lot older than Waddle. And they're not a lot older, maybe 6 or 7 years. And I really am excited to see how Tyreek uses Waddle as a mentor-mentee relationship, because I think that Waddle, given his numbers already, might be better than Tyreek when he's Tyreek's age. So I'm really excited, of course, to see, Tyreek put numbers and, go for those long passes and those runs and everything. But I'm really excited to see what he's going to do for Waddle and to help Waddle grow into that person. Because Waddle really doesn't have that idol in the team. So
somebody that he can look up to, somebody that he can see something for.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see that relationship that they have and that they're going to build. And then I'm excited to see what he really helps Tua. He's going to help Tua. He's going to, he's going to make or break him essentially. And no, I'm very excited to have him in Miami, and I just hope he stays out of trouble. Granted, it's Miami. Anybody comes down here in trouble, even me coming down here get in trouble. But I I'm excited. I'm really, really, really looking forward to the season. The thing that I'm wondering, so every year we have like this amazing draft party at the stadium. You've gone, right? You've gone to our
I
draft.
went last year. I was there last year.
So it's like, are we having one of those this year? Because we don't have a first round draft pick. Can we still have a party?
You don't have a first or second rounder at the moment.
I know. Friday to have a party.
I would. If I was the Dolphins, it'd be fun.
Right? Like, so I know it's everything's good. I mean, I just never saw. I think I'm still in shock. It's like really like Tyreek. Like, we've got names and stuff, but Tyreek is just like, you said it best. It's really the biggest pick that the biggest trade that we've had since I've been a Dolphins fan. So I'm in shock.
I like the word shock, and I would also say to you that that the Miami Dolphins, this is so not the Miami Dolphins. This is a brand new looking team. You're showing me that you guys want to win.
Yeah.
And that's what I want as a fan, right? I just want you, I don't want you to tell me that you're going to try to win. I want you to show me.
Exactly.
And when you go out and get the highest price free agent with Teron Armstead, get him in the building, sign him to a cap-friendly deal this year, mind you. And then you bring in the league's best player in a trade, do whatever you can to beat them out. And by the way, their trade was better than the Jets trade. The Jets had 2 top 10 picks and didn't dare put one of them up to try to get Tyreek.
And York over Miami, like that's a sell right there, bro. You're coming to Miami.
Like it wasn't even like everybody's like, well, they gave Tyreek the opportunity to go where he wanted to go. But was it really that hard of a choice?
No.
Let's be honest.
He chooses the Jets over the Dolphins. I mean, I can't even tell you last time that happened. Who chooses the Jets over the Dolphins? So Tyreek's a smart man already. He chose, and he sees the rebuild here. I'm sure he likes Mike McDaniel. He sees the pieces coming together. So he made a great choice, and we accept him with open arms. I know his jersey is going to be back ordered until like 2026. So get it now. That it's going to be great. My favorite player is actually, Waddle. So Waddle's still like my guy. Just because the new guy comes to town doesn't mean you lose love for, your OGs. I'm not really an OG, but I'm excited.
He's an OG. You can go ahead and say he's an OG. You like the penguin over the cheetah is what you're saying. You're a penguin fan.
I'm a penguin fan. I'm a cheetah fan. We got the whole darn zoo here, right?
I know the whole zoo here is in South Florida, which I love. All right. Couple more questions before I let you go because I know you got a busy day today. Yeah. You have your own show that you're debuting. Well, it's not debuting; it's coming out again. But you have a big lineup on your show tonight. Matter of fact, why don't you go ahead and promote all that tonight? What you got going
on? I started my own show, Bad Calls, Balls, and Brawls. I launched it on Miami Day 305, March 5th. And basically, like, I have so much love for Miami sports that I wanted to, share it with you guys, obviously, outside of my social media platforms. So, ironic enough, my first episode on Miami Day was just like an intro and just talking about, things. The second episode I had was literally, and I plan these things a week in advance. It's not like I just come on and say, hey, I'm going to have an episode tomorrow. My second episode was with one of my friends who works with the MLB. And it happened the day after the MLB lockout was lifted. So that was a hell of a show. Like, he told me all the ins and outs and what was really happening. And then my Dolphins ladies, I love them all. Joy and Tara and Jen and Allie, they're so close to me. And a bond that we have as Dolphin sisters is unbreakable. And I definitely wanted to have them on a show. So I told them last week, hey, let's come up with a date. And we came up with today. And the thing is, like, we had no idea, obviously, all this was going to happen. So I had, like, some things in my head that I wanted to talk to them about, Mike McDaniel and Gesicki. So when this whole Tyreek thing happened, like, everyone's like, oh, my gosh, like, this show is going to be crazy. So today at 8:30 p.m., I'll have my Dolphins girls and, really going to dig deep into what happened last season, these big sign-ins, what our future holds. So tonight, 8:30 p.m. on my YouTube channel, 305 Sports Babe. So definitely tune in, some of your favorite Dolphin ladies, including me, and see what we're saying. So then beyond that, just living the dream down here, hoping the Heat get it together. I have to tell you, I want a trip to Chicago.
I know. I heard. I saw your social media. When are you going?
I leave a week from today. So you guys know, like, these places like the Dolphins, everything, they have like these contests and sweepstakes. So I did one with the Heat like a month ago for like a trip to Chicago because I always wanted to go, not thinking anything of it. And long story short, I want a full paid trip to Chicago next week to see the Heat play the Bulls, everything included. So hopefully the Heat get their act together because I don't want to go to Chicago and get humiliated. So please figure it out soon. And then of course March Madness is just like wild. I'm gonna say you didn't know where St. Peter's was either, did you?
No.
Your girl's from Jersey. It was maybe a half hour from where I'm from, but no one knew. So shout out to the Peacocks, though. Let's go Peacocks.
I know, right? But University of Miami, in the Sweet 16
Friday,
facing number 11 Iowa State Cyclones, if I'm correct, and they're going to get that W, and they're going to be whatchamacallit? They're going to be in the
Elite Eight. Let's go.
Which is crazy. Which is crazy. Hey, real quick, I might, if you want to stay on for a couple more minutes, I have your girl, I think, is coming on.
Who you got? Because I got to run off soon, but quick, who do you got?
Allie might be coming on. I just got a text from her.
Tell her hurry up.
She said, give me a few minutes. You text her, say, hey, look, I got stuff to do today. You need to hurry up and get up here.
Gosh. Let me see.
I'll reset while you're texting her. Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show, Clap Blockers. There she is. She's already on. She's on, 305. She's on. So you know what? She didn't even know that you were going to be up here. I just asked her to come on. So let me bring her on. What's up, Dolph Freaky?
Good morning. What's up? I didn't expect to see 305 baby here.
Well, it takes me out of my night.
We are stoked.
No. Stoked is like, oh my God. That's how it was yesterday. Yeah, I liked your you had a still shot, I think you posted on social media, Allie, and I was like, yeah, that's how everybody's reaction was yesterday.
Listen, I've been jumping out of my skin since this news broke. And why do they do these things to us when we're at work? Right in the middle of the workday.
You got no work done yesterday. Stop lying. You got no work.
Zero work. I just hope I didn't kill a patient or something, because when that news broke out, I had zero concentration whatsoever. It was gone.
It was gone.
All right, Allie, take my spot. I gotta go. I'm late for a meeting.
Bye,
where are you going? No.
Meetings.
I'll see you later.
Bye, guys. Love you. See you.
Bye.
Love you.
Dolph Freaky, what is up? What's up, Allie? I miss you. First of all, I miss you.
I miss you too. It's been a long time.
It has been
what?
Don't lie.
It's been a long ass time.
Don't lie. First of all, you got some big stuff coming up. You got the second annual picnic coming up, right? Or a beach bash. Sorry.
Yes, the second annual beach bash for the Southwest Florida Dolphin Club is coming up in May. So we're in the planning stages of that, and then big trip for the draft coming up, which now we have no picks. So this is are we still going to Vegas? Well, fuck yeah, we're still going to Vegas.
So it was funny because I was talking to Cameron. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Am I going to come down or not? Because last year you had the picnic bash during the same weekend as the draft.
Yeah. You
didn't do that this year, right?
No, I decided not to do that this year, mostly because I was planning to go to Vegas, and that's just too much all at once. So we decided to just do the end of May for Memorial Weekend instead, just because a lot of people are off for the extended weekend anyway. So yeah, sorry, that I know that would have been more convenient for you.
No. Well, look, it was funny, and that's what he was like. He's like, dude, it's not even on the same weekend this year. I'm like, well. So I'm still thinking about coming. We'll talk behind closed doors about all that. Yeah. But I am excited that you're doing a second one, because last year was a lot of fun, and I know you're gonna think about what you could have done better from last year and just make it even better this year, and it's gonna get better and better and better every year.
Yeah, we're still using the same location, so it's still gonna be on the Sanibel Causeway, and we just really like the location because it's super chill, just really kind of empty beach with still water, and just a really good place to kind of cook out and hang out and everything. And then it's also super convenient because it's really close to Fort Myers Beach. And so we're going to do this year, what's new is we're going to have a bar crawl following that. So we have a list of bars that we're going to be kind of crawling to and from.
Boy, I already know certain people, and I'm not going to name names, but it's going to be a rough morning the day after. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, exactly why we need the long Memorial Day weekend to do something like this. So it's going to be really fun. So if anybody wants details on that, you can either visit like the Twitter, the Instagram, my Facebook. You can, message me privately, whatever, and we can discuss. We do have a couple local hotels that are giving discounts for anybody out of town. And so that's going to be super fun. And supposedly it's already going to be super huge. I have so many people coming in, so many rooms already booked and stuff. So I cannot wait. Like, I am starving.
See,
for
now
some,
you're
like,
making me think maybe I should just go and just come to do that.
Just come. Why would you even not be coming in the first place?
Because do you realize how crazy football season's going to be this year? I need to save up all the money I can for all these games now. And
Dude,
I'm like,
I know it.
I'm like, it's absolute. Like, I was having the conversation with some of the guys from Miami Sports Music, and we're just like, it's going to be crazy every game this year, home and away.
I think we've all kind of like reached the point where we don't want to miss a single game. We want to be at all the away games. We want to be at all the home games. And obviously it gets expensive.
I'm throwing stuff here in Baltimore for the Baltimore game. I'm throwing the Baltimore beatdown bash again. Yep. So I'm doing that. And then, we got East 32 and East 12 always throwing down in the parking lot of the home games, which is going to be crazy and fire this year. And it's going to even be bigger because I heard East 12 starting to do bigger stuff. And that whole row is just, if you guys ever.
It's getting so big. Like, I can't even believe how big it's getting. Like, just, I guess with social media and like us talking about East 12 more and like that whole like area there. Like, people are making that their destination stop for when they come to a home game.
Well, that whole row, you start at East 32 and just work your way down to East 12. And, I'm going to be there for home games doing the pregame show from there with East 32. And it's insane. It's insane.
We have it all. We have the food and the music and the drinks and the super
DJ,
fans.
Solo D.
We got Solo D. We got like DJ Sosa some days. We have DJ Little Bear. Like, it just depends who's in the house. But I mean, all up and down that row, it's just, I miss it already. Like, honestly, like, kind of, I've been MIA a little bit for like a month or so because
you've been out of pocket. You've been out of pocket. I can't even get in touch with you.
I needed a detox. Last season was so intense with everything, just with going to all the home games and like traveling so much. And with all the stuff, like after the rant and like with TD coming back, it was just a lot for me. Like, I just needed like a mental detox, and running the Southwest Florida Dolphin Club, it's just a lot. Like, it's all consuming. And so I felt like I owed my family, my attention for, a couple months. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just
look, there's 12 months out of the year. You get me from February to April. That's it. That's when you get me.
Yeah. And I've been working a lot of overtime. I already paid off my season tickets. Like, I'm like ready to like start saving and like make sure I don't have to worry about it during football season.
Did you see the Dolphins yesterday? The Dolphins announced that they had the most season ticket sales ever in a day.
That I am not surprised. I mean, after you drop that news like you dropped with us yesterday, I'm not surprised. We are all hype. We are so hype.
Is this not the biggest offseason? Like, let me ask you, do you think Ricky was bigger, the trade for Ricky back in the day, or is this trade bigger? Is the Tyreek Hill trade bigger?
I can't remember how I felt then with the Ricky trade, but I feel like the only thing that I can remember, like in my years as a Dolphins fan, being this excited over like a singular player was when we drafted Tua. That draft night was really fun.
We were together that night. We had that moment together for the rest of our lives.
And I'll never forget it. We went together. That was so.
You just do you know how you just made me feel? That you just said your biggest Dolphins moment of the off season was with me. I feel. And
think about that. Like, think about how we were like all in COVID quarantine. And, we were doing like, what were we doing? Like FaceTime every night.
You would not know it being at that stadium. That's neither here or there, but you would not know it.
Yeah, dude. Like, all the things that we've been through as Dolphins fans, like the last couple years, like it's been so much. And then to finally like see, okay, like, I mean, we still don't know like about the tanking allegations and all of that stuff, but seeing how this, like, say we're trusting the process, right? Like, we cleared house, we got Tua. We got all these rookie studs now. Now we're getting these veteran free agents in the building. We're giving Tua the weapons we need. What's the next stage, right? Okay, it has to be the playoffs. Like, have we ever been set up this well?
There's no excuse.
There's no excuse now. There's no excuse. It's do or die time, basically, Tua. So, like, if you don't get it done this year, then I don't know what your future holds. But this is crazy. Tyreek Hill, like, I literally could not have woke up in the morning and dreamed about that.
What's funny is my wife is always like, oh, the Dolphins just need two things. They need Derrick Henry and or a Tyreek Hill. And I'm always like, babe, they're never going to get traded. Those players are like, they don't come around often. They're no absolute way the Dolphins would ever get any one of those two guys. And so yesterday, my wife's like, I told you so. I told you that's what the Dolphins needed. See what the Dolphins did. And I'm like, you know what, honey?
We cannot believe it. I'm shell shocked, actually. And even like Jared, who's not like a huge football fan.
Jared is Mr. Doll Freaky.
Yeah, and we have watched many, 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 many Chiefs games together, like all through the playoffs and everything. And so he knows how I feel about Tyreek Hill. Mm-hmm. So when I came home from work yesterday, he was like, how are you? And I'm like, I can't believe it. I'm going on and on and on. I'm throwing things. I'm running around the house.
When you first got the news, what were you doing? How did you feel? Like, what was your reaction?
This is so funny because the way that I found out was a text message from Wade saying, so are we still going to Vegas because we have no picks left? And I said, what did I miss? And he said, Tyreek Hill. And I just like threw my phone across the pharmacy. I'm like, what? And so then I'm like shaking because I'm still like that, like on adrenaline rush and everything. So then he sends me the thing, they traded this, and this. And I'm like, you can even ask the girls at work. I was freaking out. I had to run into the back of the pharmacy and like do like one of those silent screams, And I'm like, and some of the texts, like some of them kind of know a little about football. And so I'm like, you will not believe what the Dolphins did. You will not. And even they were like, what? And then all of a sudden, my partner who was off for the day, he's calling. And then my phone is going and it's going. And I was like,
my phone blew up.
And I usually get alerts from like Yahoo Sports and like all these things. But I had just got a new phone last week. So I didn't even like reactivate those apps or whatever from the iCloud. So I didn't get any sort of heads up.
You're a crapple person.
I'm like, so like, and so it was that text message that like set me off. So then I was like, well, now I have to go into social media and boom, like 50 DMs, 50 this and this. And I'm like, oh my God, like it's really, really real. Like I couldn't concentrate the rest of the day.
We had people on my show yesterday. We had people on our show yesterday live from work that were like, yeah, I'm getting absolutely no work done. This is, I would say it's one of the biggest moments in Miami Dolphins history. And
absolutely,
it changes the course of what's been going on in general. Like if you look, the Dolphins a week ago, there was so much turmoil within the fan base of like, Chris Greer's not being aggressive enough. He's not, there's no, who wants Teron Armstead or, he's injury prone or, man, we're going to get stuck with no because they're not going to close the deal on Armstead. They closed the deal on Armstead at a cap-friendly deal. Yep. And then out of the blue, within a span of now, what we do know now, hindsight being 2020, this has been in the process for a week. Drew Rosenhaus and the Dolphins have been talking with the Chiefs for 1 week.
And so that's what's weird about this. And I think that's why we're all kind of shell-shocked too, because we didn't really have a whole lot of rumors. Like for me yesterday, I woke up, I went to work, I didn't check social media or anything like that. So I didn't even know this was coming. This is a total surprise and such a great surprise at that. Like, I don't even know what to say. Okay, so here's what I will say, because I had a lot of people tomorrow, so since yesterday, everything was exciting yesterday. And then this morning, now it's kind of like, oh my God, did we give up too many picks? Did we destroy the field? Who cares about the picks right now?
But we didn't. We didn't though.
We really didn't.
We gave up this year's okay. Who's on that draft board that you're in love with?
Right.
Don't worry, I'll wait.
If there was ever a time for us to give up a whole, a handful of picks, now is the time, because we've set the basis. There's really not a whole lot of rookies out there that could do what we need right now. And so this is the time for us to do something like this. I'm so proud of the Dolphins. Really, I know this is crazy. It's been so hard, right?
Well, here's
this roller coaster.
It is. It's an up and down one. Dolfreaky and I behind, Filippo said, Steven, you reading super chats? All right. Filippo said, Dolfreaky, love when she shows up on YouTube. Everybody loves when Dolfreaky shows up on YouTube.
Thank you.
Philip. What I'll say to this is it's been, you and I have talked behind closed doors about the fan base, the team, the lack of support, the lack of positivity, the lack of et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You insert whatever words you want into.
Yeah.
You can't say that this past week.
This is so weird. I feel like I'm a psychopath most days, because some days I'm like, I'm so disappointed in the Dolphins. And then the next day, oh my God, I love the Dolphins. It's like, what is going on with us? It's so much. And the whole Coach Flo thing was just it's disappointing and confusing. And we don't know what's true and what's not true. And then we're all a big hot mess. And now we're yeah, we're on the right track again. We love Greer. Hell, even Ross can stay now.
Right? Ross, all right, man. You're for now, just sit tight where you're at. I'm not going to totally forgive him 100%, but I am going to be all right, I get what's going on. The other thing that I think that some of us are forgetting too, is that Laremy Tunsil is still giving back to this franchise.
Yeah.
Do you realize the pick that we gave up yesterday is from the San Francisco trade, which is from the original, Laremy Tunsil is still giving back to this franchise. God put that man on a statue in front of the stadium, and we should all be worshiping at the site of Laremy Tunsil, because, bro, he's still giving back to this franchise years later.
And that's why I think we need to have more appreciation for the little things that happen. You don't know how what the implications are going to be years down the line. You just don't know. And that's what I love about this game. And I love the NFL for this reason. There's so many things that can happen. There's so much strategy, and there's so many things that can go wrong. It's just crazy.
And the one thing that I haven't noticed, and I'm going through Twitter here. I'm doing the conversation with you. I'm looking at Twitter. There is some negativity in the fan base, but I don't even know how you can have any negativity at this point, because the Dolphins have literally done everything they could to be the best versions of themselves. If I told you, hey, the Dolphins are going to go out and get two offensive linemen that, by the way, Connor Williams was on the best offensive line in football last year. So we upgrade there. And then we go out and get Teron Armstead. I get his injuries issues. I understand them. But he's automatically better on the field when he's on the field with us. So, and I got to think that he's healthy right now. He's going to be on the field. There's no reason to not think that. And then I don't think we're done on the O-line. There's rumors out here that the Dolphins are not done. And
that's what I'm hearing.
And get a J.C. Treader, the starting center for the Browns for the last few years, who's a free agent, or we end up trading somebody and getting back into the draft, getting back into the first or second round in some way, shape, or form. Because look, I don't know if DVP stays. Maybe Byron or X are gone, and I'm not sure if either one of them, are. I'd like to think they're both staying, but at this point, I'm trusting the process.
Yes, me too.
I have to.
Me too. We have to as fans, and that's it. We are fans, and some of us think we're analysts, and some, think whatever, and they think that they're GMs or whatever. But I know my place is a fan, as a fan, is to obviously support whatever's going on. And, we obviously voice our opinions because that ultimately, like, it could factor in. I mean, we saw what happened with the little rant last year. Like, sometimes your opinions can go a long way, but, ultimately we do have to trust the process. And
Well, you would know better than anybody. You said your opinion and things changed.
yeah. So it's interesting, but we're in such a good place right now. I just can't wait to see how it translates to the field. And then also, like, big shout out to Coach McDaniel, first of all, because he says to Tua, I'm going to bring the best out of you, right?
Yep.
I'm going to give you what you need to succeed. And boom, like,
he does it.
Boom!
He's a man of his word.
Like, to have a coach who, like, already is like, this is what I want to do, and then doing it right off the bat. Like, this feels good, doesn't it?
I'm not used to it. I'm not used to it. I don't know how to act. I don't know how to feel. All I know is I'm excited. And you're right. I like what you said earlier. I think all the fans they don't want to miss a moment this year. So we want to be everywhere this year. And it's just crazy because
I know.
My hope is this. My hope is what I've always wanted, and it's the same thing you've wanted. I have said this on my show that I come to the games now because of the fans and the tailgate and hanging out with you all. But the atmosphere on the games are tough sometimes because there's so many visiting teams fans that come through the door.
Yes.
There is no reason if this team starts winning, and granted, they have to put some W's under their belt. I don't think it's going to happen right away. They're still approved. You got to show me. Got to show me you're for real. Not just on paper.
Yeah, right. It can always look good on paper and not. It can be total shit on the field. But
let them start out 5-1. Let them start out.
It's already a big improvement that they sold so many season tickets already, like in one day, this ridiculous ticket sale. So we know and a lot of people like to sell their tickets to the enemy, but this is already positive signs. Like, the fan base is starting to get excited again. This is what we want. Remember that when we have the fans, the team feels appreciated, the team wants to play. And so it all circles back around. And when the team plays well, the fans come in. It's like we feed off of each other. So I'm so excited.
We as fans have a job to do during the year too, and that's to get loud and get crazy. And look, it's not just on them. We got a job to do too this year.
Yeah.
All right, you got a lot going on. You're going to be on 305 Sports Babes channel tonight and her podcast. And you got a lot going on. One more time, shout out your bash, your beach bash.
Okay, so this is the second annual Southwest Florida Dolphin Club Beach Bash and bar crawl. So it's a little bit of a mouthful. But this is May 28th, and then we're kind of like going into the next day with the bar crawl. So like the 28th, 29th of May, Memorial Day weekend here in Southwest Florida at the Sanibel Causeway. It is going to take place like kind of like there's like a waterway called the Causeway, and there's a land bridge that goes across. So we're surrounded by water, beautiful scenery. We're going to have drinks. We're going to have music. It's going to be awesome. So if you guys want any information, you can either reach out to me at Dolfreaky on Twitter or Instagram, Allie Goodman on Facebook. I also have the Dolfreaky page on Facebook, Southwest Florida Dolphin Club on Instagram, Twitter. Like, we're all over the place. So, reach out if you have any questions or want to know about accommodations or whatever.
Look, I love you. I miss you. Tell Jared I love him and miss him too. I'm going to talk to you. Because I think I got to be there for this again. Like, it sounds like it's already going to be. I might have to come there, do a live show again on the beach with you, and then just get in the water, double fisting it with 2 beers with the gorilla.
Yep.
And that's what I want to do.
Remember, last year was so much fun.
Last year was a lot of fun.
It's not just Dolphin fans too. Like, I got Patriots fans coming. I got Vikings fans coming. I'm hoping to reel in some Bucks fans. Like, it's NFL family, so I'm so excited. We're just gonna chill and have a great time.
Very family friendly.
Yes, it's family fun. Like, bring the kids. It is gonna be kind of like a beachside tailgate, so bring whatever you want. Like, bring your own food, drink, whatever. We will have a lot of it provided, but just bring your beach chairs and your towels and your umbrellas and all. Like, bring your boats and your kayaks, whatever. Like, we just want to make this like really, really fun.
All right. look, I'm going to share whenever you share the information. I'll share it. And
Yep.
I will talk to you behind closed doors. I miss you. I love you.
Miss you
Have
too.
fun.
Love you too.
And go fins up. Fins up.
Fins up, baby, all day.
All right,
Bye.
Dolph Ricky, be good. See ya. Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show. Clock Blockers. I am your host, Stephen D. Hey, is that a good way to start the show this morning? I still got more people coming, so just sit tight. We're going to have a good time this morning. I got a couple more people coming into the show this morning, so don't go anywhere. We're not done. We're not done. We're going to have a good time this morning. Shout out to 305 Sports Babe. Shout out to Dolph Freaky coming on this morning, hanging out with me. I wanted to get people's reaction because I think this is, look, this is the best this team has looked easily. Maybe ever. The excitement is real. The excitement is real. If you guys haven't done so already, hit the like button, donate to the channel, help the channel grow. All right, there's some things I wanted to talk about and get into a little bit, and that is fans and people's reaction on social media. Okay, so let me pull that up right now. So here we go. Let me do. What's the best way to do this? What is the best way to do this? Here we go. Can you all see this? I think y'all can see it better if I do it like this. All right, so I'm just going to go through. These are a lot of stuff that I retweeted or saved. And we'll talk about that more, and it should be a lot of fun. So Nick performed. Shout out to Nick performed to his trainer. He says, I love everyone outside the Miami Dolphins base is so mad, scratching and clawing for insults, displaying irrational behavior. Keep that SHIT up. It's glorious. Omar Kelly saying something that I think was critical of the team. Somebody wrote, hey, for sure we have one of the best rosters in the NFL. No one will argue we have the 3 players who are the best at their position, Hill, Armstead, and Howard. Then there's Javon Hollins, Wilkins, Baker, Davis, Phillips, Seiler, Waddle, Gesicki, and the list goes on. Omar Kelly goes, and I quote, that is the fan talking in you. I can name 12 teams with better rosters easily. Omar Kelly trying to rain on the parade. I get he's not. Look, I just, come on, man. Let us have this one, Omar. Let us have this one. Okay. The Omar Kelly also retweeted, the Chiefs were unbelievable. They were first class. This is from Drew Rosenhaus. Drew Rosenhaus was on Joe Rose's morning show this morning, and I think it's very interesting. The Chiefs were unbelievable. They were first class all the way. They agreed to a trade terms with the Jets and Dolphins, and it was up to us to come to those to contract terms. It never got acrimonious. Drew Rosenhaus telling Joe Rose. I thought it was interesting, just a good thing. Drew Rosenhaus saying that the Chiefs were first class all the way, end quote. That is what a good organization does. Tyreek Hill left them like it wasn't a bad breakup. There's no bridges that have burned. That is a really good way to leave things, and I think that's something to look at because that's how I would want my franchise to run. To take care of their players even when they're leaving. 3rd and 1 said, I left PFF open from yesterday and decided to refresh the praise. And just that aqua and orange in the background there on the Tyreek Hill name is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I do like it. All right, Jason Sarney says, at the moment, following the mass move, the Dolphins sit at approximately $5 million for the 2022 salary cap, according to Spotrac. They still haven't cut anyone, and that will bring them back into the positive ledger. Again, patience here. They ain't done. I agree. Flipside Fishing says, I hope I'm wrong, but I feel like we are building a Lamborghini with no driver. Please, Tua, stop golfing and start practicing. Flipside Fishing, Tua is practicing. It is the off season. He's allowed to golf, though, with that same sentiment. Have faith, Flipside. Have faith. I have faith right now. You should too. I have faith. You should too. Josh Gad reaching out to JC Treader says, come to Miami. I'll do Olaf messages for your kid if you have a kid. I think that's hilarious that Josh Gad, the actor who does the voice of Olaf, saying that. Josh Gad offers a lifetime supply of Olaf voices to J.C. Treader if he signs with the Miami Dolphins. Let's do this. I think that's hilarious. I think that is too funny. People talking about Tua not throwing past 20 yards. Okay. Tua can't throw past 20 yards to Tyreek. There's a difference between can't and not enough time to. Niners were just in the NFC Championship. I think McDaniel's son will figure it out. And I agree with that. I think McDaniel will figure it out. Something else that I think is very interesting. Let me put this why I am on the big screen here because I don't want to get any copyright stuff going on. This is the voice of Colin Cowherd, and I know a lot of y'all don't like him. This is a little 50-second clip of Colin Cowherd and Nick Wright. Listen to this.
I'm done. 4 years, $120 million. I'm sorry.
That's $30 million a year, Colin.
By the way,
break out the abacus.
I'm not.
That's a lot of money.
And I just gave up. How much guaranteed? $72 million guaranteed. Okay.
$72 million guaranteed.
Well, you know what? You know what Miami's thinking? We're not going to extend Tua. So this is the way Miami's thinking. We're going to have a new quarterback by next year. We're not going to pay him or Waddle, so we can pay a fortune for the fastest guy. I mean, that's there. I would not pay that and give up a draft. It's not that the Dolphins paid that. They gave up this year's draft. They gave up a 1, 2, and a 4. So they have a third-round pick for an offensive line. Despite Armistead, it's still a total rebuild. So that's. But by the way, your Scantling thing. Let's just.
I'm done.
Yeah, I still don't understand how he can be so negative. It blows me away a little bit that that's the case. Just so y'all know, I'm going to have Alex Donno on with me in about 10 minutes. So just bear with me. Alex Donno is going to come on. We're going to talk a little bit about the moves yesterday. And I have more guests coming on, so just sit tight. I got more guests coming on, too. Chris Kaufman said, I guess Teron Armstead, Tyreek Hill, Mike Gesicki, Emmanuel Ogbah, Cedric Wilson, and Connor Williams all chose Tua. So much for that narrative. I agree, Kaufman. I agree. According to Joe Rosso's conversation with Drew Rosenhaus talked to all 32 teams to let them know that Tyreek Hill was available. He had week-long discussions and negotiations. Quote, the Dolphins were relentless in their pursuit and commitment. The Dolphins were relentless in their pursuit and commitment. I love that. I love it. That just so you know what that is. Who has some great podcast suggestions about all this week's great Dolphins news and NFL free agency? And I just put, maybe me. I don't know. Omar Kelly also saying, I'm alarmed at the breakout pace where the acquisition of Tyreek Hill turns into a conversation that a 2022 is a make or break year about Tua Tagovailoa. Seriously, everything doesn't have to be about the quarterback. Why turn Tua into the new Baker Mayfield? I actually agree with him a little bit on this. This is Keyshawn Johnson. So let's listen to Keyshawn Johnson on his show on ESPN. This is about 2 minutes long, and I think Keyshawn, again, I'm very interested in the national media's perspective of everything because we don't get talked about in the national media. So when we make a move like we have with Tyreek Hill, I find it interesting to get their perspective. So this is Keyshawn Johnson's perspective.
To the owner that you convinced to put this money out there, why is this guy only touching the football 4 or 5 times a game? I'm spending $72 million for this. Now you look it up, and excuses start to fall in place. You get to the 6-game J and Max, they want to know, well, why isn't he effective? Now all of a sudden it puts pressure on Tua. So there's a lot to be seen here over the next couple of years. It'll be interesting to follow.
They got a couple of speed threats that are incredible, but Jay, normally only quarterback moves affect odds, right? And you are a betting man, so I want you to weigh in on this one, right? Super Bowl. Okay, Miami goes from 70 to 1 to 40 to 1. Almost cuts in half a receiver, right? Now we know this is set up to find out about Tua. And if not Tua, then they're going to move on. They're going to find out right now. They got him a left tackle. They got him an elite receiver. From 71 to 41. AFC. From 35 to 1 to 20-1. These are cutting almost in half. The division, the AFC East, from plus 675.
Shout out to Anthony being a new member.
I mean, okay, you may not think this moves the needle. Vegas thinks it, not the Raiders. Las Vegas. The betting community thinks this moves the needle, Jay.
Gee, Max, this puts so much pressure on Tua. And this is what I'm worried about. Because I root for Tua. A lot of people don't think Tua can be successful. Like you said, you get him Armstead, you give him a left tackle. I think you overpay for Tyreek Hill, fine. Chris Greer, that's a decision you decided to make. Understand, a big splashy deal. We can talk about that later, whether it was the right deal for this team or not. I have a lot of people that said it wasn't. But my thing is, it's a make or break year for Tua now. And now it feels like it's almost the perfect setup. Because if Tua doesn't get them to the playoffs this year, if he doesn't have a solid year, you're looking at him and you're saying, with all the elite quarterbacks in this conference, he can't get us over the hump. And it feels like you're going to have to make a quick decision because now all the pieces seem to be there. And now it's like, hey, can you do it or can you not? Pressure either makes diamonds or it bursts pipes. He's on.
I do find it interesting that is the narrative that they're going with. I find it very, very interesting that is the case. 1, 2, 3, 4 F's. You had a super sticker. Swear jar. I'm broke, so accept it, please. I got you. 1, 2, 3, 4 F's. I appreciate the swear jar donation, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. I find it interesting that is the narrative that they have. They wanted to bring it back to the Tua conversation. Guys, this isn't the Tua conversation right now. Right now, we made a huge splash in the trade market and free agency. We got the number one free. Like, we are putting pieces around Tua to be successful. We are. Now, I agree. Tua doesn't have an excuse this year. But, man, let everything work out. Give it a chance now. And I agree. The national media does find every reason not to support the Miami Dolphins. They clearly were going into, well, if after the 6th game, guys, give it a chance. Give it a chance. Okay? All right. Now, I know some of y'all love this man. This is Colin Cowherd. And this is Cowherd. Actually, no, this isn't the Cowherd one. Again, I don't want to get in trouble. All right, top speeds. Top speeds for the Dolphins. Again, I find this very interesting. Tyreek Hill, 23.24 in 2016. These are top speeds by a ball carrier since 2016. Tyreek Hill, 23.24 in 2016. 2020, Raheem Mozart, 23.09. 2016, Tyreek Hill, 22.77. And 2020, Raheem Mozart, 22.73. The top 4 speeds in any NFL football game by a player are by 2 gentlemen, the top 4 speeds, and they're both on the Miami Dolphins this year. Speed kills. Speed kills. And let me tell you, it's going to be an amazing thing to watch. An amazing thing to watch. All right, we're going to get back into the Twitter conversation. Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami Fan Morning Show. I got my friend in the back room here. Let's continue this conversation about how awesome this team in South Florida that plays football. And I ain't talking about the Hurricanes. I ain't talking about any other team. I'm talking about the Miami Dolphins. My man Alex Donno is in the building. What's up, Alex?
Hey, well, you should be talking about the Hurricanes a little bit. The Hurricanes are freaking awesome as well.
Basketball, baby, all day.
Yes,
all day.
That as well. That as
Iowa
well,
State on Friday. We are going to be Iowa State on Friday, dude. It's going to be
and I got to stay up super late for that game. They disrespected us, relegating us to a 9:45 start time. It's probably going to be later even than that because there's another game happening in that arena before. It is what it is. I know I'm here to talk with you about the Miami Dolphins. Who, bro, what a freaking transition it was from Tuesday night into Wednesday morning when we found out Tuesday night Teron Armstead in. And then I barely had a chance to catch my breath. And then Wednesday morning, out of nowhere, because I didn't hear even my, and we all, Steven, like me, we all have our ears to the streets.
Yep.
We hear all the Dolphin fans talking, and everyone has a source, and they come up with these ideas. They'll come up with trades that may or may not happen. I didn't hear anybody talking about Tyreek Hill, and it just appeared out of nowhere.
Out of thin air.
Completely out of thin air. And so now you're looking at an offense where Cedric Wilson's going to be your third receiver, which is crazy, right? You got
or DVP, depending.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So you got Jalen Waddle, now Tyreek Hill. I guess I should have said his name first because he's the most proven out of that bunch. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, DVP, Cedric Wilson. Oh, Mike Gesicki's still going to be here catching passes.
Wilson is still here.
Oh yeah, the other Wilson. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I'm not too bullish on him, but he is fast. He's one of the very fast members of this offense now.
Speed kills, man. Speed kills. And then you got Raheem Mostert and Chase Edmonds in the backfield. You still got Myles Gaskins here, and he, look, the weight doesn't have to go on him, and I think that's a big thing. You still got Alex Ingold, Mike Gesicki, Durham Smythe, Lynn Bowden. I said Wilson. I meant Lynn Bowden. And if Lynn Bowden is healthy, I mean, come on, this is the fastest team in the NFL right now, hands down.
Mm-hmm.
And there's something to be said of that because no matter how many moves the rest of the AFC makes, when you have speed, yesterday I was watching videos of Tyreek Hill catching the ball and just the breakaway speed he has.
Crazy.
So all we got, I don't care if it's 2-yard slant passes. Just get Tyreek in the open field.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do.
Yeah. And he's going to be in the open field because unless the NFL is going to make special rules where they allow teams to field like 13 guys on defense, you can't double everybody. Like you can't double Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. You can't bring extra attention onto Gesicki with all these guys on the field. So somebody's going to be open or at least one-on-one. Somebody's going to be one-on-one at all times. And the whole thing about the speed, it's like we're getting so pumped up, and rightfully so, getting pumped up about the receiving core. But we know Mike McDaniel's philosophy. It's a run-first philosophy, and things are going to be so much more open now for the running game. And you mentioned, Edmonds and Raheem Mostert. Raheem Mostert, by the way, I hope he gets healthy all year because that guy's fast. Like I think the Dolphins may have the two fastest offensive players in the league now.
I just showed that on Twitter. We do. So since 2016, the four fastest runs in the NFL since 2016 in an NFL game, 2 of them by Tyreek Hill, 2 of them by Raheem Mostert. And so we have the fastest. Like, look, it's we don't need Tua to throw the ball 30 times a game. We really don't. And we don't need him to throw the ball, 20 plus yards downfield, which in my opinion, he can. So I'm not worried about it. I'm telling you right now, McDaniel does anything close to what he did in San Francisco, this is going to be one of the most fun offenses to watch in the NFL. Would you agree?
Oh, 100%. It's going to be a completely different experience watching Dolphins games. I mean, how many times over the last couple of years, and they had some good performances, don't get me wrong, but like sometimes you're just like, oh, I can't watch this offense. It's just so hard to watch. The drops, the play calling, why are we not moving the chains? Mm-hmm. The complexion, it's going to be completely different this year. It's going to be completely different. And you listen, we talk about all the weapons, in adding, and they've improved the offensive line, and they may not be done, right? But they added Connor Williams at left guard, Teron Armstead at left tackle. Teron Armstead, not only is this guy top 10 in pass protection every year, he's a mauler in the run game. He is going to get to that second level, and he's going to bulldoze people. You've seen enough of those clips now going around. Like he's an excellent pass blocker and an excellent run blocker. So
and you still got Robert Hunt and Dieter and Eichenberg or Eichenberg, whatever you want to say his name is. He's going to get better too. So those 3 guys alone, plus my hope is that they go after J.C. Tretter or they address the O-line with one more person. Would love to see J.C. Tretter here. Let them get J.C. Tretter. Like it would be like our offensive line has already improved 40%.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that.
Yeah. You're right.
PFF had us ranked as the 32nd worst offensive line in the NFL. There's nobody worse than us on the O-line, according to PFS rankings. With Connor and Teron Armstead coming in, I easily think we move into the top 15.
Yeah, I can see that for sure. For sure.
Like, I think we're personally in the top 15. We had JC Treader. Now, let these guys stay healthy.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
Yeah.
Come on. Like, Tua's got no excuse. And then I'm not even getting to the point that Matt Applebaum, the Boston College offensive line coach that we brought in, who, by the way, I think and still think he's our biggest acquisition this offseason.
I like that.
Because I think, look, he took Boston College's nobody, and they had a top 10 O-line in all of college football. There's something to be said of that. And so now he's your offensive line coach. Of course, there's to me, that's a big freaking deal. And everybody wants to talk about what we gave up yesterday. Who cares about the draft pick?
Well, and also, honestly, for Tyreek Hill, you didn't give up a lot. Like I was just having a conversation with a buddy of mine who's a big NFL fan, and he's not a Dolphin fan. He was like, "Wow, did you guys give up too much?" I'm like, "No, man. You think about it this way. Okay, they gave up a first-round pick that's 29th overall. I mean, that's
essentially a second-rounder.
It's almost a second-round pick. They gave up a second-round pick, and they gave up 2 fourths and a sixth, and a fourth this year, fourth next year, and a sixth-round pick for one of the best receivers in the NFL. And by the way, in making that deal, the Dolphins still have 2 first-round picks next year. And the odds would tell you play the percentages, probably both of next year's picks would be higher than 29th overall. So this is an excellent.
Well, maybe
move
not.
here
Maybe one of them is 32. See what I did there? Maybe one of them is 32.
Maybe.
But look at that, Alex. Like where we're at right now, we're in the discussion.
Yeah.
And I think as Dolphin fans, that's all we wanted. So yesterday you did your show, you were on social media like me. What do you think the reaction was from the Dolphin fan base about this trade? And what do you think? What is it that you heard? What is it that you got?
Well, there's a couple different things. There's the completely necessary celebration because Dolphin fans, this is probably like the most exciting offseason the Dolphins have had since I don't know how when they traded for Ricky Williams, maybe.
That's what I said. I said is the Tyreek Hill trade or the Ricky Williams trade bigger?
I mean, the Ricky Williams trade might have been a little bit bigger. But it was also bigger in terms of how much they gave up. I think this was a better deal. What you gave up for this is a better trade, I think, in overall value. But the Ricky Williams trade was probably bigger. So listen, there is a completely justified celebration. I've also, man, I'm having some fun today though reading, and you know that I don't get offended by sports trolling, and I do a little bit of it myself. I think it's really funny how Dolphin fans, yes, absolutely celebrate. I'm celebrating with everybody. They're starting to get in their feelings a little bit because there's people on ESPN that are wondering, what's going to happen with Tyreek Hill going from Pat Mahomes, who I believe is going to be a future Hall of Famer, probably a future first ballot Hall of Famer, because he's already 5 years in the league. He already has a first ballot resume. So there are people in the media okay, well, what's going to happen to Tyreek Hill when he goes from Pat Mahomes to Tua? Tua's unproven. And then Dolphin fans are like, why are they still slandering Tua? Oh, this is terrible. We need to all get our pitchforks and our torches. We need to storm ESPN. How dare they? It's bros, just relax. Just take a chill pill. The offense got better. And you know what? This is more than likely going to make Tua look significantly better. I think that if Tua is going to get to the next level, it's going to be because of all these additions. So instead of getting all stressed about ESPN, just be happy. And I will say another thing, though, maybe, and this I think could come, okay, depending on how the season starts for Kansas City. Maybe if you're going to have the Mahomes versus Tua narrative, that's one thing. I think there should also, though, be a narrative of how much is Pat Mahomes going to be affected by losing a weapon like Tyreek Hill. I think now maybe there's not as many discussions.
Well, if you ask Chiefs fans, because I was on Chiefs Twitter yesterday, they were like, he's replaceable. Are you kidding me? Did you really just say that Tyreek Hill's replaceable? Like they were justifying
That's ridiculous.
They were justifying it. And I'm like, no way. No way.
Wow. I mean, it's just it's tough when you when the Chiefs have an expensive quarterback like that, and when and they've upgraded their offensive line. Unfortunately, in a salary cap sport, you've got to make tough decisions. They would have been more than happy to give Tyreek Hill an extension, but he saw the Devontae Adams market. Like he saw what Devontae Adams got, and that changed the wide receiver market in his eyes, and he priced himself out of Kansas City.
He did. Well, here's the thing. I don't think that Kansas City couldn't do it because of the Patrick Mahomes contract. They couldn't have two players that were making that type of money. They just couldn't.
Exactly.
And then still keep some of the players and people that they needed to keep. And I think eventually that'll be the Dolphins down the road.
Yeah.
But I'll deal with that when we get there. Because here's something else that's crazy. And another reason why I give Chris Grier all the credit in the world. Tyreek Hill's cap hit next year, $6.7 million.
Yeah.
So let me say that again. We got arguably one of the most exciting player in the NFL, right? And the cool thing about that is his cap hit's only $6.7 million.
Yes.
Next year, Alex.
Yes. It's amazing.
Look at all the cap hits that we got. That Emmanuel Ogba's not a big cap hit next year. Gesicki settled on $11 million. You and I had the conversation. He's going to cost 15, 16 easy. We said the same thing about Ogba. We thought those two players alone would easily be 30+ mil together. They're going to be 20 to 22.
And I thought for that reason, I thought only one of them would still be a Dolphin, but they were able to lock them both up. Yeah.
We both thought that.
Yeah.
So I don't want anybody to come in here and say that Chris Grier is not doing a great job. He's doing an amazing job. He's getting these guys in here at a great price this year. And everybody's like, oh, what about next year? Forget next year. Worry about this year. And this year, he's killing it.
Mm-hmm.
He had a great draft last year. He has a great offseason of free agency this year. How can you not say that this guy is not one of the best GMs in football? You can't. And if you do, you're just hating.
Eat a little crow. And a couple people pointed out in the chat that I know a thing or two about trolling, and I do. I troll on Twitter. I don't troll in real life. Like when you watch me on this show and on my show, this is when you're looking at my face, I'm giving you my actual opinions. And I owe some apologies to Chris Grier, Steve, because this past Friday, when I hosted my Donno Daily Show this past Friday, I can't remember the exact episode title that I came up with, but it was something about how is Chris Grier doing enough, right? That was this, and everybody had the sleeping memes. Chris Grier is asleep, and I did a whole episode about how Chris Grier, he's not doing anything. He's not being aggressive. He's going after only bargains. He's not taking any sort of risks. He's not being bold on anything. Like I did an hour.
He fooled you, didn't he?
On Friday.
He fooled you.
He fooled me. I did a whole episode. Like I wish I could remove that episode from the internet. But you know what? I stand by it. I was wrong. He made me look like a clown and sound like a clown. I give him all the credit in the world. He is having, Steve, not an A+ offseason, an A++ off season. There's not enough pluses to give for this off season.
All right, real quick. Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show. I got Alex Donno for a little bit longer. He's going to have his show this afternoon. I'll let him plug it here in a little bit. I do have somebody else in the back room that wants to talk to us. He's also a big man within the YouTube community. Some of y'all love him. Some of y'all worship him. Some of y'all don't like him at all. But you know what? He's the man to me. I love the guy. Mr. TD Finstock is in the building. What's up, TD?
What's up, Steven? Alex?
I love this dude.
What's up? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. We can hear you. What's up, baby?
Listen, Alex, you weren't wrong, man. Listen, and like Steven says, some people don't like me at all. It's because of my takes, and I'm about to give one of them. You weren't wrong at all, Alex. People need to understand, blockbuster trades are the easiest trades because you're giving up everything and paying the most.
Mm.
You think it was hard to pay to get Tyreek Hill on $30 million when his own team wouldn't give it to him?
When you
And
put
I'm
it
not.
that way, it's a good point.
I'm not saying that from a negative place because I love the move. I don't care. I'm at a point now. The money. If you're gonna give Tyreek that kind of money and give up that kind of draft capital, who cares? Then go for broke. Let's not stop here. Go for it all.
Yeah.
But in a sensical football manner, you never do what the Miami Dolphins did. You don't give up that kind of draft capital and pay $30 million a year to a slot receiver. You just don't. I mean, but we did, and hey, that's the new era of football, and we got to see what it turns out to be.
TD, you were excited yesterday, weren't you?
Yeah, I'm excited now about it.
Yeah.
That's why,
I didn't think you weren't.
That's what I'm saying. It's a case of if you're gonna do the unthinkable, hey, screw it, let's go. Hey, it is what it is.
You know what,
Let's
TD?
go all out.
Honestly, that's what I wanted. Like, I just wanted, because I was tired of just looking for discounts everywhere. And I understand people, the salary cap, you need to maximize it. And at the same time, man, to win in the NFL, you need to have great players, and to get great players in free agency or in a trade, you're going to have to, by the books, you're going to have to overpay. Like, if you don't overpay, somebody else will. So I'm glad they did this.
And the thing is, the only thing I'm afraid of is if you're doing what you're doing now, you have to go for broke.
Right.
You cannot methodically say this is the team and we'll see what we can add on next year, because the way these contracts are structured, you're screwed in 2025, 2026. You know, at the end of the day, you have to go now, because I don't see Armstead or Tyreek making it past year 2 if we don't win something.
So here's what I've been telling people. So you look at the salary cap this year, TD. I mean, getting Tyreek at 6.7 or 8.7 mil, right? Getting the guys that we got, the fact that Gesicki did not fight us on the franchise tag and just signed it right away, I think said a lot. And now I'm starting to think that Greer told him, hey, dude, don't argue with us on this. Trust me, I'm going to make moves to help this team be competitive this year. So I think Gesicki knew something was going to go down big.
Well, I think he's giving them a good faith. Give me good faith, I give you good faith next year.
I mean, 100% positive. And then you take Emmanuel Ogba's contract, and I know firsthand, or semi firsthand through Solo, Emmanuel loves Miami. This is where he wants to end his career. He wants to be here for the rest of his career. Emmanuel Ogba loves the Dolphins and loves South Florida. And there's a lot to be said of this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're building the team. Again, I want to go win this year, but I think they're building the team for next year.
Well, see, I think they are building it for this year, because the salary cap would show you that they are.
No, they're not building it this year. They're determining their quarterback this year.
I was about to say, and I know no one's going to want to hear this, but and I know if there's anybody I can trust to speak freely on this and not be afraid or silenced by an agenda, it's TD. You got to wonder, who's the quarterback going to be next year?
Yes, man. Listen, this year it's having them all in-house to determine that, and then we still have them all next year. So when we make the move, we will be going for a Super Bowl. I don't like this, what I'm about to say. I'm going to tell you now, and people are going to be mad at me. I don't like it, but it's real. The Lamar Jackson conversations are real. The Lamar Jackson conversations for next year are real.
Okay? You're saying if he has another down year and Tua doesn't do what he needs to do,
they have their plan in place. It's up to Tua to keep or lose. They have their plan in place, and I am here to tell you right now from firsthand information, the Lamar Jackson situation is real. I have been told that for months and denied it. Ain't nobody want, nah, that ain't true. Ain't nobody want no Lamar Jackson. I was told yesterday hold on, go pick that up. I was told yesterday, firsthand information, that the possibility is real. If Baltimore does not secure him because they don't want to, because they don't feel like he is a $40+ million quarterback, they just don't. And I agree with them. So I would not, and I'm not saying this just to say it, because I wouldn't want, me personally, I'm not a Lamar Jackson fan. I am not a Lamar Jackson endorser. But I also can see the vision with the Lamar Jackson with this speed, a mobile quarterback with this type of speed. It's a whole different element of a game that we've never seen before.
And see, let me tell you why I have to just give you guys a little pushback on that conversation, because 2 years ago we saw what the Arizona Cardinals did. I'm gonna put you on mute for a second, TD. We saw what the Arizona Cardinals did with Kyler Murray, and they put everything around Kyler. They went out and got the running back. They went out. They did everything they could. DeAndre Hopkins, everything they could to put the best people around in Arizona. And I think the Dolphins are doing that right now with Tua. They are giving Tua the endorsement. Not only, hey bro, hey bud, this is what we're doing. We love you. We support you. But now we're going to show you. We're going to give you an O-line that you can be proud about. We're going to give you weapons upon speed upon speed.
Kyler Murray has never had the weaponry that the Miami Dolphins currently possess.
I don't disagree with you. What I'm telling you is, though, they still went out and did. I think Arizona put speed and weapons. I don't want to say speed, but they put weapons around Kyler. They made Kyler feel comfortable.
I'm sorry,
that's what they're doing with Tua.
Unfortunately, Steven, there's still no comparison, bro. There's still no comparison.
From a personnel standpoint, yes, you're right.
There's no comparison.
But the point I'm trying to make is endorsing a player through the actions.
Yeah, but hold on, Steven, hold on. Adding great players, does that necessarily have to be an endorsement of the quarterback? Like,
exactly.
Making the offense better no matter who the quarterback is. If Teddy Bridgewater has to start some games next year, the offense is better. If
Jacoby was still here, the offense would be better.
Yeah, but they are doing this so that Tua there's no excuses for Tua. No one of us are disagreeing with that point, right?
Right.
You got the O-line next year, you got the wide receiver weapons, the non-drop passes, hopefully. You got the speed out of the backfield. You got Gesicki, top 5 tight end in the league. You don't get an excuse next year. But you also get, let's see how now we get a full look at what Tua can be.
See, here's my issue, okay? I'm excited for Tua because I think he's going to be better this year. I mean, he has to be. I don't care if he's the same quarterback he was last year. The numbers are going to be better.
Yes.
I mean, that's just a given. But here's my concern. That is my concern. Because your numbers can be better. It doesn't mean you're a better quarterback than last year.
Right,
that's the only issue. It's not like we didn't show on all 22 film every week wide open receivers and he overthrew or underthrew. So at the end of the day, we bring in Tyreek, he's going to be open more. What about the guys that were open last year? So that's my only concern. The numbers should be better. The numbers are going to be better. You know, he'll have more protection. He'll have more this and that. I just always worry about the game where that defense actually comes to play and you have to will your team in those moments where there's only 1 foot separation and you got to put it in that perfect spot, but you got to throw it first instead of hold on to it and say, no, that ain't the open that I like. That's not the Alabama open. I refuse to throw the NFL open. I will only throw the Alabama open. Go look at all his deep passes. Alabama open. I mean, literally, you can count on less than a hand the non-Alabama open passes. And that's my only thing, man. So when we talk about evaluating, the quarterback, if he could be the guy, a lot of people are the guy when they got everything around them. I look for Patrick Mahomes to take a step backwards this year. Whether people want to believe that or not, time will tell. Yep. And that'll show you all you need to know because Patrick Mahomes came in this league with everything to his disposal. and we automatically cast him up in that elite realm. Same thing we did with Russell Wilson, but as soon as he lost all that stuff to his disposal, his home fan base start talking about limitations. But nobody talked about those limitations on his rookie contract when he had everything around him. So even some of these quote-unquote great elite quarterbacks aren't as good as people make them out to be. It's just that they had superior talents around them. And like Brady said, he enjoyed the competitive advantage of having better talents around him in his career.
But you never saw Brady sign that big. I mean, he signed some big contracts, but he always allowed the team to make moves around him.
Because he knew what his bread and butter was of being a great quarterback is having great talent. Some of these guys are not as great as you think, and some of these guys are not as bad as you think. I mean, you just have to let it play out.
Let me ask you a question, Alex. You are hearing TD talk, and there's some people in the chat that are saying TD's being negative. I don't think that's the case.
I think they're being sensitive.
Alex is a man of my heart.
That's what I wanted to get at, Alex. Yeah. What do you say to some of the fan base? Because I know you two guys aren't afraid to I don't want to say go after the fan base, but also be like, hey, look, this is guys, we can't just be all bubbles and smiles, which I am, by the way, right
But what
now.
have I said negative about the Dolphins? What have I said negative?
Well, let me ask Alex first. Alex, what do you think about that? Why do you think some people don't want to hear that? Hey, look, there's I don't want to say negativity, but let's be real for a second about some things that could be a factor into next season.
I don't know. I think that if anything, people just they want to celebrate. Like they don't want, hey, big picture. Dolphins they acquired Tyreek Hill, who's an incredible player. They signed Teron Armstead, who's an incredible left tackle. People don't want the buzzkill now. They want to wait until see what happens during the season. And I guess it's fair. I just think the funny thing to me, and TD, I was talking about this before you hopped in. It's like Dolphin fans, they're celebrating the signings, which they should, but then they're like attacking the media for like questioning Tua, because there's a lot of and a lot of really funny memes out there, right? Like the two Lamborghinis next to like the shack of a house that, hey, this is Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill and the Dolphins offense. It's like, bro, I see that. I'm a Dolphins fan. I see that and I freaking laugh. I don't care if they're making fun of my team. Like, it's funny. And people are getting all sensitive. They're going after the media. How dare they question Tua? It upsets people because a lot of people, they sleep in Tua pajamas and they've made up their mind that this guy's a Hall of Famer and they don't want to hear anything
You
else.
and TD so much in common. It's so weird. You sound like TD, Alex.
No, but the funny thing about it is one of the narratives from like the over the top Tua guys is that they get upset at Dolphin fans for ever criticizing him. They get upset at me for making jokes. Like I make jokes sometimes, guys. Have a sense of humor, live with it. And then their argument always is, hold on, if you criticize Tua, it means you're not a Dolphin fan. How can you criticize a Dolphins player and call yourself a Dolphin fan? And that's what they say. Then every other tweet is just ripping everybody that they think has let Tua down. So hold on. So it's okay. Wait, you're saying if you rip a Dolphin player, you're not a Dolphin fan. All you guys do is rip Jesse Davis and you rip everybody. So what's the narrative? Allow people to be a little bit critical.
Man, oh my gosh, I needed to hear this morning. I'm not alone in this multiverse. Listen,
I do want to argue.
The media is going ham today, though. They are talking
national
about
media or the
national media is how Tua is about to get exposed and X, Y. I thought I was bad, but the media, I even feel like, man, y'all chill. That's how crazy. That's how in it they are today. But like I said, man, yeah, you can have it. I don't think let me tell you why I'm critical in this very moment, Steven. I'm critical because I actually see a positive outcome. You have to, like, do you see what we just did with Teron Armstead and Tyreek Hill? When you do something like that, there is a positive outlook. You have to be critical now, because if you're critical, you can start talking the real conversations. All right, if we could just add this and add this and add that, Super Bowl. So you gotta be critical right now. This is where you want to critique your team. Come on, Chris Greer, don't stop right here. We need to make this. We need to make that. We need to do this. And now we're ready. You don't just stop at this moment right here. This might be a playoff moment, but when you make moves like this, you want to go for it all. So this is the time to be critical.
Two things. Number one, I don't disagree with you. I don't want the Greer train to stop. I want to see us go after another O-lineman, and I would love to see us go after another playmaker. Now, where I'll say I have a problem with both of you, because I'm going to say I have a problem with both of you, okay? I don't think it's fair to say everything's on Tua at the moment, because it's not. It's not on Tua all at the moment. And the Dolphins are doing everything in their power to make this team the best that they can be. And so Tua is your quarterback this year, whether you like it or not. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it.
Well,
you're not arguing that fact.
Yes,
Yeah.
there is.
What do you mean? Tua's the guy.
His name is Teddy Bridgewater.
No, oh my God. No, he's
Y'all
not.
can sit here and live in y'all delusional world.
But you know, TD, he's not going to get a real opportunity.
This man played better football than Tua Tagovailoa last year, and y'all just got this automatic clock in y'all head.
TD, you're crazy. TD, you're crazy, bro.
Hold on, Steven. He didn't play better than Tua last year?
Nope, sure didn't.
Bro, every statistical category he was better than Tua, except
he played more than Tua.
Except completion percentage by 0.9.
So you're telling me on week one you would rather have Teddy Bridgewater starting than Tua Tagovailoa?
No. In week one, I'd rather have whoever played the best in camp. I don't know who that's going to be.
No way.
Tua's still. Hold on. What do you mean, no way? If Teddy plays better than Tua in camp, hold on. Are you a real Dolphins fan? If Teddy plays better, if Tua plays better, if Teddy plays better than Tua in camp, you don't want Teddy starting?
I want Tua starting. I want the keys are in Tua's hands.
Do you see?
I don't want there to be.
Do you hear yourself, Steven? You mean to tell me if a player is playing better than Tua, you just want Tua no matter what?
I want Tua to be the starter from day one.
I do too. But if Teddy's playing better in camp, who do you want to start?
But we've seen plenty of players play good in camp, and when the season shows up, nothing happens.
Steven, that's not the point, bro.
There's a reason that Teddy's been on, 4 teams in 5 years?
Jesus.
5 teams in 6 years?
Is that the same reason why Ryan Fitzpatrick had been on 50 teams and looked 10 times better than Tua? Oh, my God. What's your point, bro?
Tua, the reason that you're building this around him is to give this man confidence. So now you're going to go out and say, hey, look, you're going to compete with somebody who hasn't been on a roster for more than one season, but once or twice in his career over the last 6 to 8 years.
Steven, I don't get your point in all of that. That means nothing. The better guy plays. The better guy plays, bro.
Tua is the starter. There's no way Teddy in any way, shape, or form beats Tua.
Hold on. Take a step back for a second. I agree with both of you guys to an extent, because the reality, the real world we live in is they're not going to give Bridgewater a legitimate competition.
A fair chance. We know that.
So, we know that. We know that. So they are certainly going to approach this as Tua is the starter. At the same time, I agree with TD's overall philosophy. I just want the best quarterback on the field. I want the best player at I want the best left tackle, best right tackle, best wide receiver. I want the best players on the field, whoever that is.
So Alex, you're going to be sitting there in training camp with the rest of us, right? And you're going to critique a 5-and-out pass and say, "Oh, man, Tua didn't do a great job here." Nope, this isn't a good thing. But Teddy does a great with no coverage. So you're going to say that Teddy all of a sudden is going to look better?
No, you got to weigh the situations equally.
They're not even going to play.
One of those guys is clearly having a best camp, it's going to be obvious. We're going to know. We're going to know if one of them is having.
They are going to play against the same defenses. Steven, do you know how camp is ran?
Yeah, I do.
Bro, they will play against the same defenses. I went to camp for 8 days last year, and Jacoby got reps with the ones just like Tua.
All right, real quick, let me bring in somebody else who y'all know and love from 305sports.net, Miami Sports Music Podcast Network, Jamie Bahamas. What's up, Jamie?
What's up, guys? How you guys doing today?
Jamie, are you here to help me, or are you here to gang up on me like these two?
So, Steven, this week I was, you and I were at odds for a similar conversation, right?
Yep. So you're not here to back me up. All right.
Yeah, but guess what? I got your back right now.
He gonna back you up.
I got your back. Listen.
Ain't ready for me. That's why.
No, TD, you already said it yourself. You said it yourself in this same call. This year is about finding who your quarterback was. And hear me out. Hear me out, right? The Dolphins already went down that road where we did the whole Ryan Fitzpatrick versus Tua. Ryan Fitzpatrick, let's pull Tua. He's not playing well. What did that do? And a lot of people said that's not how you bring up a young quarterback. And we was like, nah, Brian Flores is a genius. He knows what he's doing. Guess what? They were right. That's not how you bring up a young quarterback. You want to see if this is your QB? Give him the reins. Let him run with this team. Let him see if he can drive these cars. And if he can't drive these cars, then he's out. But you don't play that back and forth. The only way he sits this year is if he's injured. They're not going to play those mental games, man.
You know what? I agree with you, Jamie. And listen, don't get me wrong. I know they won't give Teddy the fair shake. But here's the issue. You already got a locker room that's saying that this man is wasting years on their career.
Yeah,
you have big name veterans.
We still don't know who said that.
We don't know.
Person might not be in. They might not be in uniform anymore, man.
Bro, no. Because look at it, we ain't let nobody go yet, pretty much. I mean,
that was so long ago was that said, TD? Come on,
it was just last.
I got one more person. Y'all ain't ready this morning. I got reason.
Hey, real quick. Oh man, I'm sorry I gotta miss this because I love all these guys, but I gotta run, so I'll give reason my.
Donno gonna leave me in the flames by myself.
He dropped the match and left you for
y'all really doing this again. You just replaced Brissett's name with Bridgewater and you're doing that all over again.
Thank you.
I'm gonna tell you why Tua is starting. I'm gonna tell you why. It's very simple. This is why.
We know
this is why. We all know Bridgewater's ceiling. That's the issue. We know what Bridgewater is and what he will be. They don't know yet what Tua's ceiling is and what he can be. That's why they're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. And you go back to the New York Jets. He beat Darnold out in camp, but what did they do? They kept rolling with Darnold because they wanted to see what Darnold's ceiling was. It's the same thing that's going to happen. I mean, I love Teddy Two Gloves, but A, he's not the same guy he was before the injury in Minnesota. B, they know his ceiling. It's capped off. If Tua struggles, falls on his face, gets hurt, then Teddy will come in. But
to add to what you're saying, right? To add to what you're saying, how many times Dolphins fans wants to see this tape get played, right? Not everybody, but the people in this camp were crying to say, we want to see Brissett, right? You got Brissett. How many wins did that give you, right? And it was the same team. Now you got a squad on the field. The Dolphins are building a squad. They got a lot of speed. It's built now. Don't get me wrong. The pros are different from college, but they really are building that Alabama-style offense, right? You got guys who can run. You got a wall, and you got speed all the way around. He draws back with a quick release. You can see what can happen. Now, is that saying? Now, let me add to this a little bit, right? Are we saying that, hey, go give Tua the contract now? He's your guy. He's your franchise guy forever.
No.
That's not what I'm saying.
No.
I'm saying this is his year to see what this team is made of. And you know what? If you get the formula, that's the formula built from now on. Yeah. But after this year is when you make that decision of is it Tua or is it not. This is Tua's year.
Yeah, I mean, this is the year you want to find out if he's a franchise guy.
I don't even know how you can argue with this, TD, because
easily. Okay, first of all, we all know that Tua is going to start because they're not going to give Teddy that fair shake for the exact reason that reason said. Okay,
should they?
Hold on, but here's the one thing that we're all assuming, and tell me if I'm wrong if we're not making this assumption. We got to see how Mike McDaniel is as a coach. We don't know his philosophy on that. We're just going off of typical NFL unspoken rules, are we not?
Yes.
Yeah, but what does that have to do? What does that have to do?
I'm going off their offense and what they asked the position to do. That's why I'm basing this off of.
Yeah, so you don't think Teddy can do what they're asking? They're going to be asking Tua to do in this offense.
I think he can do it to an extent.
I'm just saying Tua, but like let me put it like this. You said this reason, and I need you to clarify. You said if Tua gets hurt, Teddy plays. We all agree.
Yeah.
If Tua falls on his face,
I'm
take
sure
the
they make a
injury
move.
out. If
Yeah, I'm
Tua
sure they
is
make a
not
move.
looking good, does Teddy play?
Yeah, I would hope so. I would hold any quarterback we had to that standard. If you're falling on your face in the season, bye.
So I don't think this is gonna happen. So what happened? But if remember the Ryan Fitzpatrick training camp when Tua, remember the night and day at that moment?
Are you talking about the first year?
Yeah, the first year.
Yeah.
Which is understandable. If you get that type of camp, is Teddy gonna play?
No.
No.
I'm telling you
Wow.
why, TD.
Because I'm not saying I agree with it or disagree.
Yeah,
I'm just
but it's
telling
not
you what
happening.
they're gonna
That's
do.
the reality of what's going to happen, though.
TD, you know
So
how
what
bad
we're
it's
saying
TD.
is
Let me
no
say this. TD,
matter
let me say
what
this.
happens
No,
in
I got
camp,
the
no
answer.
matter how bad Tua could look, they're gonna start him no matter what.
First of all, hold on. Let me get him reason. Let me get him 1 second reason.
He would need to fall
Why you
apart.
getting me, Jamie?
He would,
Wait.
he would need to fall apart in camp. Like it would need to be an absolute disaster.
No.
So
I
it's
agree
beyond
with
that.
you. That's
It's
why
beyond
I
that.
said.
Reason,
That's why
reason.
I said it's not likely to happen. But I was
That's
just asking, could it happen? I mean,
Solo
could it
D's
happen?
here.
Because y'all don't
Solo
believe it.
D's here to tell you, TD.
TD, you don't want no part of this, right?
Solo
No part of
D's
this.
here to tell you.
TD, first of all, right? Hey, Solo, mute for a second. Yo, so TD, first of all, right? He's not going to have that type of a camp. I don't care how you
Oh
can
my
project or
gosh.
whatever. He's been in the league already. It's camp. The pressure's not going to hit camp where he's going to show up to camp and be horrible. That's not happening. You already know that's not
You
happening.
don't know
So
what
it's
this
gonna
man gonna
come
do. He gotta
on.
learn a whole new playbook.
You gotta know. You should know better than that.
He gotta learn a whole new playbook.
TD,
Yeah, but hold on.
They're catering to him. They're catering to him.
Jamie. Listen, he only needs to learn the terminology. This is the same offense he ran under Sarkisian in Alabama.
You got it.
This
And
is
then
the
the
exact
second
same
part-
offense. He brought this from Atlanta over.
He
He's
has to
familiar
learn
with
a
this.
whole terminology. That's
That's not that difficult. That's
And
not
the
that
second
difficult
part to
learning a whole
it,
playbook.
the second part to your point, TD, you know how bad. First of all, he's getting past camp. That's what I just want to put to bed. Forget that. For the season, for your scenario to play out, you know how bad it has to get. How bad it has to get before they're not going to do the quick pull. Hey, we go against the Bills week 1 and the
We
Bills
need another
embarrass us.
1-7 start.
Yeah, you need something like that. But they're not pulling a quick hook on him. It's gonna have to be really bad, disastrous bad.
I think we're all under agreement that it doesn't. It's not going to be. It's not going to be bad. Okay. But I think we're all in agreement that even if Teddy Bridgewater looks like the better quarterback in camp, Tua will play anyway.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. The politics as usual, bro. That's what.
Yeah,
it
they're
is.
not going to do what's best for the team. They're just going to do.
Well,
No, TD, because this is the year, bro. I think we can all agree, even the people that believe in Tua, this is the year. Okay, like when I started on your channel, TD, I said in 2019, I said before we drafted any of these guys, I said, yo, you give a quarterback 3 years. We are now entering. We are entering
my language.
We are entering year 3. And for even the people that wanted Tua, even the people that believe Tua still has a ceiling to reach, this is the prove it year.
Hey, Reason, you're speaking my language, and I'm about to use TD's words on him too. TD agrees. Because TD will tell you on his channel multiple times, he will tell you the fact that you figure out what you got in a rookie contract for your quarterback. Because you're not going to win once you have to sign him to the big deal. You know that, TD. So why would you? And this is your last. This is your last chance to figure that out on a rookie contract.
TD, you know what I said?
I remember.
TD, before we even hired Mike McDaniel, you know who I wanted. I wanted Harbaugh, I wanted Caldwell, or I wanted McDaniel. I said, if any of these 3 guys walk in the building and say Tua's not our guy, I follow their lead because they know offense better than anyone. But if they come in and they say Tua's our guy for this year and I'm rolling, I roll with them because I trust I trust where they're at, and I trust their offensive mind. And I know McDaniel isn't tied to Tua's hip. If Tua bombs this year, they got 2 first-round picks next year. McDaniel's going to go and get his guy either way. So,
hey, real quick.
Steven, I'm on my way out. Steven, I'm on my way out. I just want to say thank you for having me here today.
Oh, Jamie want to come in and throw some blows.
He thinks I'm always running from him, so I had to show up for you today,
Jamie,
man.
come in, throw some blows and leave.
Hey, real quick, Jamie, before you leave, Solo wants to say hello. So, Solo, what's up, Solo?
I didn't want to say hello. He just told me to go on mute. I'm upset. I'm just like, what's up, Jamie?
What's up? What's up? So,
Nah, what's up,
man, you
man?
know you always bring in that noise, man, in a good way. In a good way.
Nah, and 100%, that's what I called in for. But I see y'all in like a deep conversation, so I'm like, all right, let me let them have that. You know, I see y'all got TD, I see what's going on. So I'm like, okay, let me stay out of that real fast.
Steven brought the smoke today, man. I don't know how he dropped this match and but he did.
Because y'all let Steven
Alex
pivot.
and TD
Y'all
were
let
talking
Steven-
craziness. Alex Donno and TD were talking
No.
craziness.
And I
Y'all
saw the
let Steven get off of the main point, bro. That wasn't the point of the conversation. Steven said this year is not all about Tua. That's what the real argument was.
It is all about Tua.
I would think it is.
You said it wasn't.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
said it was.
Hey, I'm not starting this back up again. You guys have a great show, man. I'll talk to you guys
Jamie.
later, man.
Love you,
All right, Jamie.
All right.
It is though.
Hold
It
on.
doesn't matter what happens. Tua's got the keys to the car, and he's driving it to the end zone.
Yeah, all eyes on Tua right now for sure.
Teddy got the spare, man.
Teddy does not have nothing.
Teddy got the
Not a
spare
thing.
keys.
Not a thing.
Teddy got the spare keys, and
No, he
Tua
don't.
been losing them keys sometimes, man. I'm
No,
just
we
saying.
don't. You better
Oh,
calm down.
they definitely watching for that.
right, look.
Steve, I just need you to be Funk Master Flex for me, please. I understand we arguing and debating. All right, but I just need you to drop that piece that I composed last night for the off season, man.
So Solo sent me a new song. You want me to play it? And you know Reason loves hip hop. Reason loves hip hop too. So
all right, so Reason, tell me if I did my thing with the bars or not, man. Like it's no hood, it's not. It's freestyle, you know what I mean? But I wonder if I captured the vibe right in it, you know? Everybody in the comment section, y'all let me know. I like this. We don't normally do this. Tell me if it's y'all can put emojis or can emojis.
Hold on. Let me bring it in. Share video file. Here, hold on. Sorry guys. Give me a sec.
There we go. Trey said reset the rules right.
Reset. All right. Hopefully this is it. Bam. All right, here we go. This should work.
Man, I ain't even hear shit.
Because I didn't have it up there. Do you guys hear it? Here, let me do it right here.
Yeah, I don't hear nothing, Steven.
All right, hold on. Solo wants me to do something different when I got the goats up here.
Damn, my bad, bro. Go ahead, keep the thing going. I thought you had it like Q. That's what I was asking you. I ain't shot like that, bro.
All right, hold on.
It's an MP3, but nah, if it don't play, nah, go ahead and run it, man. I don't want to mess the show up.
There it goes.
I'm going to drop it on YouTube.
I hate sometimes when that happens. All right, here we go. Share system audio. Bam, got it. You ready? Here we go.
They said, Solo, it's off season, man. A lot of big moves being made. We need to hear something from you. I was like, all right.
Okay. Off them draft picks, we trying to win it right now. Heard we picked up Tyreek, now we got a bright smile. Just picked up Cheetah. Waddle mixed with Hill, about to be some speed receivers. So about to eat up. Big shout out to Greaser. Yeah, that's Chris Greer. He been making moves, making sure we ballin' this year. Couple people disappeared. Plus we got some new faces. Resign some key players. Now let's get back to the basics. Bob back. Mikey G got franchise. We told Nick need him, we need him. Plus we brought that red wine. Teddy B up on the squad. Homie, welcome back to Dave. Plus we brought in Chase Edmonds. Rosenheim's getting paid. We got Mostert in the holster. Connor Williams for protection. Plus we brought in Armstead. I'ma need him in a session. Nicky D, the new coach. Homie, welcome to Miami streets. Couple fans were saying that he looked like Mark Anthony. to me. Either way, cool, kinda smooth, bringing swag back. Understand the culture, plus he brought Sam and Pat back. Plus got Wes Welker, he gon' be the best helper. Right when Preston or Parker get to stepping, you gon' need shelter. With Wilson, you need helpers. E-Rob does D-job, defense is D-mob. We know him as his squad. Each man does his job. All the newspapers know it. To David, Omar, Madden, Shannon Crowder, they could quote it. Think we back. Think we back.
All right.
Think we back. Think we back. And who that?
Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show. Blackers. That's that new fire by the Honorable Solo D in
Bro,
here.
you wrote that nice, bro. That first verse, especially. Like, are there truer bars than the Rosenhaus bars you dropped today? Like, I don't know, bro.
Hold on, give me a second, okay?
Hey,
TD, what you think, man? What you think,
hey,
TD? TD ain't any. Hold on, TD's on mute. He said, "Hold on one second." Yo, real talk, man. I think
my bad. I've been talking this whole time. I didn't know I was on mute, man. Now I'm mad at Solo. He gonna drop some heat and they didn't hit me up, man.
see, I got you, but like it was so quick, man. I had to run to the studio last night, man. When we dropped it, we definitely about to drop it, man.
No hook, dude. Real, just straight
Solo.
bars.
That's what I liked about it. There was no hook to it. It didn't need.
All I could think about was one thing the whole time. I was like, "Ooh, he tied everybody in." Oh man, I hope everybody's still here in a few weeks.
No, that's why I drop it like a freestyle, bro. You know how I drop names, man, but on the songs that I want the last like hit spots, like that's why I'm putting anybody's names. Stuff like this.
You need to get the Armstead feature, though. That's next up.
That's what I said on that track. That's what I said. I said, especially brought in said, I'm gonna need them in a session. So I had to shout out
now you're gonna have to deliver it, bro. You put it out on wax.
Put it out. Now you got to do it. It's on you, Solo.
That's what you do. It's manifestation. But I want to know who got that Pat look, man, because that was my favorite part of the whole thing, man. I don't know if a lot of people know probably Pat, man, but that just picked up Cheetah. That's just crazy. That was like a whole 3-6 Mafia folk, man. Like, I have fun with that, man. It felt good because I haven't dropped one. Did you put it out?
No, he hasn't released it yet. He just sent that to me. I'll send it to both of y'all. I'll send it to you, Reason, and to you, TD.
Yeah, I got the video. The video's getting edited. The video's getting edited right now, so I want to drop it later today. Hopefully, it'll be out later today or early.
Bro, did you go like hop in the studio, record it, hop out, and just shoot the vid quick?
Yeah, like the video in the studio.
Damn.
Yeah, when I'm in that zone, I just haven't had content. I've been kind of depressed, bro. With the team. But you know,
that all changed in the last 48 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said in that video, man. Like, I feel like I'm out of the drought now, man. I don't know how to do it. I love y'all are all experts at what y'all do, man. I didn't have nothing to say. I've been like depressed, man. I was struck. These last couple months.
You ain't got no reason to be depressed now. All right, Solo, get out of here. I want to talk to these guys a little bit longer while I still got them.
All right. Much love to all y'all clock blockers. You on fire right now, Steven.
I appreciate it, bro. I love you, big brother. I'll talk to you later. All right, Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show. I got TD Finstock. I got Reason. All right, let me ask you guys a question real quick. Did you guys see this coming in any way, shape, or form? Because I feel like this all came to fruition within like 45 minutes yesterday morning.
I apologize to my viewers yesterday because I got handed this info like 2 or 3 weeks ago, bro. And I got in hand. Basically, what happened was, shout out to the homie Mauricio Ortega. I got secondhand information from someone that we both know that was from him. And I basically got told, like, on the low, hey, don't hit up Mauricio about this. And I kind of dismissed it, but I actually followed up on it with someone else. And I was told, hey, they're looking for a receiver that still has a year or two left on the contract. And then they can push the money till either a year or two down the line. But the names I was given was like AJ Brown, Terry McLaurin, and Deebo Samuel. But Mauricio was on that Tyreek, and I kind of dismissed it, and I didn't follow up on it. I talked to him yesterday. He's like, bro, you should have just followed up. He's like, bro, I'm a Patreon. Just hit me up. So I didn't think it was real, man. And, I apologize to all my people because I should have legitimately followed up on it and I didn't. But, Mauricio Ortega was on this a couple weeks ago, man. That's the first person that had it. And, man, now I'm here and we're not done. I heard Tyrann Mathieu was in the building yesterday. I heard they're still sniffing around Debo, though I don't think Debo gets done.
I've heard the Debo Samuel stuff. So the Debo Samuel stuff I've heard is still.
But Tyrann, they're trying to bring in on like a team-friendly deal, and Madison trying to recruit him and stuff. I'm trying to dig on X right now because I know everyone's flipping out about what happened on IG yesterday.
Yeah, but he did the same thing last year, didn't he?
Dude, you know what? Basically, people need to realize he gets mad. It's weird. He doesn't like when other people gets paid because he thinks it's his money. That's how it kind of he is, man. But they're gonna take care of him, bro. I ain't worried about that.
Do you think Byron Jones? All right, TD, answer your question. What about you yesterday? How did you get the info?
I knew about this just like Reason. He may have known if he said weeks ago, but I knew about it since Sunday. And the names that I was given was Tyreek Hill, Deebo Samuels, and DK Metcalf. Those are the people that were mentioned to me. And I dismissed it just like Reason. I was just like, yeah, well, okay, we'll see. Whatever. Okay, if it happens, wow. But just didn't believe it would happen because all of these guys, number one, are pretty much under contract, so it would be a trade. And you just don't see it happening. Now, you talk free agents, then you're more inclined to, believe it. And I heard it every single day up to the point to where they gave him permission to seek a trade. If you notice, it came out this morning, and Reason's correct. They have been working on this for 2 weeks.
That's what Drew Rosenhaus said on Drew Rose's show today, that he was given, he said he talked to all 31 other teams, and the Dolphins were the most persistent and aggressive, which I love.
See, my thing about it all, though, is excellent. Good job, Chris Greer and front office. Good job what you did. But, man, if you don't notice what you just did and complete it right now and go for broke, you are tripping.
So what does that look like to you, TD? Is that another wide receiver? Is that JC Treader? What does that look like?
It's Treader. And then, we at the end of the day, you can't be negligent to all the people you have on the contract on the O-line, but you can get one more good guy. Good guy.
Bro, I think they're moving up from 102, TD. I don't think they're going to sit to 102 and make a pick either.
But 102,
I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that.
But what does that mean?
Because they want to go up and add someone they can drop right in. I think because you look at TD, you look at Tyreek's contract. He's a $50.1 million cap hit in 2026. What does that tell me? What does that tell you? Exactly. But what does that tell you? 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, they're all in to win in one of those 4 years. They've now created a 4-year window with themselves of, we believe we can win a championship in these 4 years with what we're constructing right now. And what does that tell us, boys? If they move off Tua, they ain't drafting someone.
They're going after somebody.
Buddy, I've been telling people on my channel for months, Watson is not the name to watch. If Tua falls on his face this year, it's Lamar that you're going to be hearing the rumblings about. That's the rumblings you're going to be hearing. Because
CD just talked about that like 20 minutes ago.
Dude, they don't want – bro, I've been saying this for months. Bro, my boy Neil, he's linked up in Baltimore. They don't want to pay him $40+ million right now after what Tyler Huntley did last year. And we all know Stephen Ross loves him and thinks he can sell his jersey by bringing the hometown boy back who has an MVP under his belt. I'm just telling y'all, I ain't hating. I'm just saying, don't be surprised if Tua falls on his face if that's the name that starts bubbling.
And just to preference this, but
I don't think Tua's going to fall on his face. So
I was told last night, Tua is going to get every bit of love this year, and they are not done yet. They are still going to bring in 2 to 3 elements to this team that directly supports him. And if it doesn't work, Lamar Jackson will, if the Ravens don't give him the money, Lamar Jackson will be a Dolphin. And I'm not a fan of that. I'm just
Bro, I told you that on the phone a couple weeks ago when we talked too, bro. Remember that?
I'm not a fan. You know how I feel
bro,
about
me and you both agree we're not down with that. We don't want to pay this guy $45 million.
Hey, just so y'all know, I live in Baltimore, and I hear what Baltimore fans say about Lamar on a regular basis.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen him live. I go to 3 or 4 games here a year.
He's not a $40-50 million franchise quarterback. I don't care what nobody says.
Yeah, because he's not there as a passer yet.
I can't deny, with all this speed on the team, adding a mobile quarterback and that element would be
athleticism?
sickening. I don't like Lamar, but I got to be honest, that would be a sickening
Bro, it'd be
element to a
ridiculous.
team.
We'd be an Olympic relay team, bro.
Now, let me ask you all a question, because I think we're all in agreement that Tua's the guy this year, and that's not changing.
I think Tua's going to succeed. I'm just telling everyone if he doesn't, what to expect. But I think Tua's going to succeed this year. I want to put that out there. I don't think he's going to fall on his face.
There's only 2 things that can happen with Tua this year.
Shout out for Cappy the Penguin with the $100 donation. Thank you, Cappy, man. Thank you
There
so
you go,
much.
$100 bomb.
Cappy always
Appreciate
comes
it.
through.
Ah, man.
Listen,
Appreciate it,
there's
Cappy.
There's only 2 things that can happen with Tua this year. Ain't no in between. He either balls out or he is bad.
All right, now let me ask you a question. Do we get J.C. Tretter? Specifically, do we get J.C. Tretter?
I still think they're going to draft Alec Lindstrom on day 3, the Boston College kid. And he's going to compete with, like, I've talked to Nick Hicks about this too. And from what he's just talking with players, he said that they like Dieter. So
they love Dieter.
So I don't know if they're going to make, I was looking at the over the cap this morning, bro. We have $1.6 million right now, and they haven't accounted for like Taron Armstead's money yet, et cetera, et cetera. So we got to see some cuts and see what they're going to have, because we still need like 8 to 10 for, well, not anymore. What do we need for our draft class now? Like what, 4 million?
4 million.
So, you know what I mean? So I don't.
And I'll be honest, if we stay in that position, I want to get that punter.
Bro.
The punter's the one I want.
Matt Ariza, baby. The Ariza agenda. It's over here on Inside the NFL, baby. But yo, dude, you know what the thing is, bro? Trade the picks. Beat the NFL so they can't, when they come down on Ross, they can't take the picks away from us, man.
The picks away from us.
Bro.
Yep. At all. And TD, I think you and I had that conversation when everything went down, that we were talking about if you trade the picks, you don't even have to worry about that.
Yeah, man.
Man, get rid of them 2023 picks too.
Yeah. Take our 4th and 5th round picks. Knock yourself out, bro. Take as many as you want.
Reason, you bring up a good point, because you said don't be surprised if the Dolphins move up. I wouldn't be surprised if the Dolphins take their 2023 first round picks and trade them for day 1 2022 picks.
I think they're sticking on that in case of something doesn't go right at the quarterback position this year.
I don't
think they're going to move them.
I think that if they make another big move, they're gonna use those picks.
So
they're gonna use those. It's fluid right now, and I have no answers for you. It's fluid. They can do. The one thing I always love about the Dolphins in the last 3 years, we have options.
Yeah.
We always give ourselves options. So and believe it or not, what I was told is in free agency, we were going after some of the guys early on and it didn't work, but we had options.
Like, I know if he would have hit the market, I'm pretty sure Ryan Jensen would be a Dolphin right now.
That's what I said. If Brady had stayed retired,
we were setting
Jensen
up to go after him. Yeah, we were setting up to go after him. I know that for sure.
Brady definitely put a wrench in a lot.
Yeah.
So all right. So Tretter, you don't think Tretter's coming here? Is what
I just haven't heard anything about Tretter. Like his market, like not even just the Dolphins. His market's been really eerily quiet. I haven't heard anything.
That's just Dolphin fans wanting a center.
But you both agree the Dolphins are still going to make some noise and spend a little bit more money.
I don't have a problem at the center position with Dieter. I just don't. But right tackle, I mean, at this point,
it's going to be Austin Jackson. Get ready.
So what's going to happen to Eichenberg? He's a backup now. He's a certified backup.
He can be your swing and develop him as your swing. The issue that he's going to have compared to Jackson is Jackson has the athletic profile and the traits you want in the offense we're going to ask, right? Like, and then you look at Eichenberg, okay, both of them fundamentally with their feet in their hands need to be cleaned up. But the thing with Eichenberg is you got short arms, slow feet. He's not athletic. You know what I mean? You don't want him one-on-one. You don't want him in open space. You don't want Eichenberg really pulling. So then you look at that, and then you look at Jackson, strong puller, strong in the screen game. You want him in open space, and both of them need to improve their anchor, obviously. But
I'm sorry.
I think Jackson, they're gonna try and get something out. And you look at the value, right? One was 442, and the other one was 19 or 18. So I think be prepared. Jackson's gonna be fighting for that right. Jackson played right tackle.
What I'm hearing from you fellas is that we are not making, unless it's through the draft, any other signing won't be from the O-line.
I'm not saying that.
I'm not saying that either. But because listen,
I said he's going to compete.
I don't care what nobody say. If you gonna start the season, and Reason's probably right, Austin Jackson's gonna be at right tackle, then you still sabotaging Tua. I don't care what nobody say. Because
but you know what I'll say to that, TD?
All it takes is one time to get beat, and he out 5 games.
Yeah, well, he's right. He's not wrong. But you know what it is, TD? At least you've changed this. Instead of Tua having to look at both A gaps and B gaps on each side and worry about the edges on each side, now at least he knows he only has to have eyes in the back of his head for right tackle. Everywhere else is pretty much solidified. So at least if you can feel that the pressure is coming from one specific area, it's different than, okay, it's coming from the interior, it's coming up the middle, it's coming from the left side, right? Now at least I know, okay, I only got to worry about the right side. That's better.
Let me ask you about the tight end position. I think Durham Smythe's going to start getting more playing time because Gesicki's going to start, I think Smythe's going to be your primary tight end when it comes to being at the tight end position, in that tight end position on the field. Do you guys agree or disagree with me? Because we know that Gesicki plays from the slot a lot. Mm-hmm. And I don't, that's what I'm getting at, because so if the Dolphins are making another signing, is that Deebo Samuel? Is that DK Metcalf? What happens with DVP?
Well, first off, Steven, Gesicki has played from the slot because he's had to as well. Don't
and the
forget
boundary.
that element. Yep. That man we don't need anything like that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got Tyreek Hill and Waddle. Any given play, either one of them can be in the slot. Any given play, either one of them can be on the boundary.
Yep.
And you got Bowden. It's not going to happen as much unless we're going 5 wide. Gesicki will be in line as a threat now at the tight end position. Got linebackers guessing, because I look for a lot of motion to happen, a lot of fake jet sweeps, got the linebackers going one way. Gesicki creeps on behind them. Gesicki is the guy that's supposed to eat the most in this offense, believe it or not, because everybody else is going to draw all the attention. They're going to play him in line, bro.
Yeah.
And a lot of 22, 23 personnel. So,
so that means Gesicki needs to learn how to block better. We all agree with that.
Yeah, but you look at like John Embry, right? You look at the people that they put in power right now, put in place right now, right? John Embry, look at the one. Do people remember Jordan Cameron from Cleveland?
Yep.
Very similar to Gesicki, right? And you look at what John Embry did. He was a Pro Bowler under Embry, and then when we got him in Miami, he was just riddled with concussions, and he never really worked out. But I think that you got a lot of guys on our coaching staff who not only have offensive line experience, but also tight end experience. They're going to try their damnedest to make him a willing and competent blocker. And if he's just willing, I think they can. And, you're going to see a lot of, engage, shut off, and then go out and get the ball, right? And I think TD's right. You're going to see him more in line. He's going to have to be, and you're going to see him work the seams. And, this offense is all about getting the flow of the game to one side, sending false keys to that side, and then coming back to the other side and burning them. So, I think Gesicki's going to be. If they were willing to give him a franchise tag at $10.9 million, I kept saying this, even though we all didn't like his route running and his blocking ability. I kept saying with McDaniel when we hired him, McDaniel's just going to see him as too big of a weapon. He's too big of a playmaker for, I think, McDaniel to pass up on. And here we are. And I think Gesicki's going to have probably one of his best seasons.
All right, Teddy to Hill for with the $5 donation says, question for the boys. If Tua misses 2 to 4 games again due to injury, are we moving on?
Oh, please. I leave that to you first, Reason.
Well, the thing is, what do we do in the other 15 to 13 games? Like, if this guy's like, 10-3 or 9-4, that's going to be up to the coaching staff and not me. Now, if we're just in middle of the pack and then he misses 2 or 4 games and it basically brings us out of the playoffs and then he comes back and we continue to be middle of the pack and that's just not good enough to make the playoffs, then yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they move on.
If Tua plays upper echelon quarterback play, 2 to 4 games ain't gonna move on from. If he's playing average or slightly above average, they're going to move on. You can't be in the middle of the road even if you're winning games and still have that injury thing. That means 3 years in a row you missed in NFL terms. 2 to 4 games is kind of odd to put it that way. I guess I would go more on the 4 side. 2 games, I'm not tripping about. Especially when you got a quarterback who isn't, at least right now in his career, isn't far off from a skill set. And, that's what you want. So you should still be able to win some games with. But if it always comes down to the games that, like put it like this, if we miss the playoffs by 1 game and Tua misses any games, they may move off because we can't have 3 years in a row where we say, had he played the whole season, we would have made it. Does that make sense?
It does. It does. And I think the point I want to make is because TD, you keep coming back to this statement. If you're gonna do what you did yesterday with Tyreek, you have to go all in. You have to finish this. And I want to know what that looks like because in my opinion, I think the offensive line needs one more good, solid person on it. And I would like to see Treader.
Yeah.
I
think it'd be fine with Darrell Williams at right tackle, and Dieters are only a young guy.
Just right tackle because, bro,
I'd be fine with Cornelius Lucas too.
Look at what Dieter would be sandwiched with. Hunt.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
And Williams, he'd be good.
I'm okay. Yeah. Dieter's fine. Let him be a staple in this offense for the future. He's going to be fine. Dieter isn't a massive liability where it's like, oh, my gosh, what is Austin Jackson doing? Go get a right tackle, and you have truly transformed the O-line.
Yeah. In one
Go
offseason.
get a right tackle. In one offseason, you have truly transformed the O-line. Now, this reason may disagree, and I don't want that lineman to be in the draft. That's just, don't get me wrong. I don't think we'll be able to move up for the guy that we want, swapping the next year pick. But I don't want it to be no 3rd rounder or nothing.
I would prefer another vet added to the mix.
All right, so what about DK? What about DK Metcalf or Deebo Samuel? Are either one of those guys still coming or no? Is that out the door because of Tyreek?
I just don't think there's enough ball to go around. Like I've heard they're sniffing around Deebo still, but okay, then why did you sign Cedric Wilson? Now he becomes your number 4 at what you're paying him. Like I personally don't know if they're gonna. I think they're gonna pivot to potentially a center or right tackle, or they're going to try and make this Tyrann Mathieu deal and put Tyrann in the box. So
and how much for the Honey Badger are you okay with spending? Because I feel like a Honey Badger, in my opinion, and the other thing is if you put Honey Badger in, I think that's all the more reason you might see Byron or X walk out, like get traded.
No. I think the vision is Honey Badger with them right now. 1 year.
Yeah.
1 year, go for it all.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to break the bank with Badger. I think they're trying to get him on like a friendly deal. That's why they got Sam Madison involved. I don't think they're trying to I don't think they're in on Wagner because Wagner wants between 15 to 18 million a year and he's visiting with the Rams today. I don't think they want Wagner because of his tag. I think they want Wagner, but the tag's too much.
So
look at how much they paid for Armstead, boys. They look at the contract they gave Armstead. You really think they're going to go out here and overpay for the Badger or Wagner? It's not going to happen.
They're not. That's going to be
They overpaid for Tyreek because he's top 3 at his position, and that's the guy's a touchdown machine.
He's top 10 player in the league. Period.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Yeah.
Wagner, I'm fine without Wagner, but I think you can still go get a value player on the inside. I don't like our unit now. I know it's.
I think that's what they might draft, TD. I think that's what they might try and move up and draft.
That would be fine.
Are you going to get a starting middle linebacker in the
Well,
third
you could get
round,
you could get Leo Chenal, Chad Muma if you move up. I mean, there's guys there that'll still, Channing Tindall will be around. There's guys there that could be inside for us. Mike Rose. There's options in on the interior in like on day 2 and day 3 that I think could start or be developed and start midway through the season.
TD
Badger. Here's why the Honey Badger would be a good pickup for Miami. If you're not gonna go get the inside linebacker, then if you go get the Honey Badger, now you can truly say what you said earlier this offseason that you plan on running more man. Now you can actually deploy the pressure constantly to where you're not worried about the linebacker position, because what people need to understand is the way we deployed our defense, the reason why we got a little bit better on run defense last year, it ain't just because we got better at run defense. It's because we also recognize that when we give the zero look, we plug every hole that the running back has an option for.
All right.
We plug every single hole. And then the O-line don't know which guy they're really blocking when you're lining it up that way. So they have to sit back and guess and then figure out who's coming. Then they're already beat. So I'll be fine if you got another surefire guy in that secondary, like the Badger. This defense will be fine without the linebacker, but it can only go so far when you play a team like Tennessee and they're trying to just 8-man lines, then you got a whole different situation on your hand.
All right, three more topics that I want to bring up. Number one, I think what I saw from the Tyreek deal is yesterday, and along with Armstead, as well as players like Chase Edmonds, Raheem Mostert, players are choosing Tua in South Florida over the rest of the people, Tyreek included, because Tyreek, it looks like he could have went wherever he really wanted to go. And so players are choosing Tua and choosing South Florida. What are your thoughts on that? I want to get your thoughts on that.
How do you like that? Well, I know it did come down to Zach Wilson. He had an option between the Jets and the Dolphins in the end of it. And so, hey, he picked Tua over Zach Wilson. I don't know what to tell people on that one. Yeah. But it's also the lifestyle too, right? Like, let's not location. Like, let's not all start lying to ourselves. And, I think adding Terran Armstead the night before and the free agency we've had and keeping our defense intact. And, you look at Terran Armstead, you think Terran didn't call Trent Williams and say, hey, what do you think about me going to McDaniel? Just like you don't think Tyreek maybe have talked to a Brandon Ayuk or a what's his face or a Debo and said, hey, what's the lowdown on Mike? And I think it's I won't put it. I was trolling over well, I would choose Tua over Zach Wilson. I ain't gonna lie, but but other than that, I think it's more like people see what we're building and they see what we have in house.
Oh my God! Breaking news! The Miami Dolphins have released Jesse Davis.
Thank Christ!
And
do a show dedicated to that.
We're gonna win
Alan Hearns.
We're gonna win
Miami
2 games
Dolphins
now,
have released Jesse Davis and
Hearns
Alan
failed
Hearns.
the physical and they said, "Get out of here, bro. That's our way out." Look at that. They even put it in brackets just to let everyone know.
Wow.
Thank God.
Wow.
We're gonna win 2 games.
What a
now,
beautiful
man.
72 hours we've dealt with.
That's what everybody wanted to see. That Jesse Davis was gone, bro.
Now I gotta go live and make a video about Jesse Davis. He was the heart and soul of the tour.
Oh, here we go.
The heart and soul. Get out of here, bro.
This guy.
Hey, real quick, Reason, I got a friend up here who wants to say hello to you. Mauricio.
What up, Mauricio?
What it do, fellas? What it do?
I
plugged you, Mauricio.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it. That's why I requested to come up. I saw it. I was watching. I'm always watching. Man, listen. I don't know if y'all boys ain't fucking fired. Oh, I'm sorry, swear jar, right?
Swear jar,
well,
Mauricio.
almost. I don't know if y'all boys ain't fired up.
Got in.
I don't think if y'all boys are fired up, man. But listen, bro, this honey badger stuff, that's in the works, bro. Like for real. So just keep that energy going, man. We got some things, we got some moves working on, bro.
That thing is like, I've talked to multiple people about this, bro. Like this thing is like,
There's a contract already on the table. Put it like that.
Wow.
Well,
wow.
Because Mauricio had to pull.
Hey, so that's all I'm gonna say. I can't get into any other moves or anything like that. But since you guys are talking about honey badger, I'll talk about that. So yeah, there's a contract.
Listen,
so Mauricio, let me say this: Are the Dolphins done? Are the Dolphins done? Is my first question. And number two,
no.
Even if they get honey badger, are they still done after that?
No, they're not done. We ain't leaving, bro. The party keeps on going. Just check your pulse, get ready, and when stuff drop, everybody's gonna go nuts. You guys are gonna go nuts. I'm gonna go nuts. Everybody's gonna go nuts. Let's just check our pulse and just try to bring them BPMs down a little bit. We got more stuff in the works, you know.
Yeah, they're not.
Ian Rappaport now saying that the Dolphins have released Jesse Davis. So now it's official. Who cares what the Dolphins post?
I think those two players clear up about almost 6.
Y'all be right back. Give me a sec.
Is it 6?
I believe so. I think Jesse Davis was somewhere around 3 something, and Herms might have been 2 something, if I'm not mistaken. So they get some cap relief, in which they're probably that honey badger situation. I'm telling you, they may be going ahead and clearing that space for it.
So so I guess my other question,
but if honey badger is gone, are they gonna save another $4.5 million on Eric Rowe?
Well, by what? Trading or releasing?
Here's the vision I was told they have. The vision I was told was they're going to have, Hollins. He's going to be the Swiss Army knife. He's going to be running around everywhere on the field. And then they're going to basically go between Honey Badger and Brandon Jones, going to be that enforcer in the middle. You know what I'm saying? So they have a couple different ideas they're trying to figure out. And like I said, there's more moves coming. Just y'all wait on it.
Awesome, man.
Now, is it going to happen within the next 24 hours, or are we waiting a couple of days?
You pushing, bro.
I can't say, bro. You are trying to get my sausage, bro. I can't, bro. Just wait.
You can't blame me, man. I'm trying to get the goods.
Listen, I'm not allowed to elaborate, man, because I already opened up my mouth and I got some serious heat from it, and things happened and it happened. So I was right, but people didn't want to listen to me. But I just was told not to open up my mouth no more and just let stuff happen, bro.
All right.
I can drop little breadcrumbs, but I can't let the whole cat out of the bag.
And the honey badger is one of those breadcrumbs.
Yes, sir. Just because you guys were talking on it, that's why I had to come up and just say something, you know?
That ain't a breadcrumb. That's a Popeye's biscuit with honey.
He said that's a Popeye's biscuit with honey. Boy,
hey, I'll take that biscuit all day, right? Shit.
You better.
Oh, damn.
Mauricio, now you know you ordered the swear jar this morning.
Come on, man. This man dropping jewels and you talk about the swear jar, man.
Listen, y'all boys, man. Y'all boys be safe, but I do have to get back to work. I just jumped in. So, listen, man. Fins up. Check y'all pulse.
All right.
And let's go. Yes, sir.
Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami Fan Morning Show. All right, second thing I want to talk to you about. The national media. The national media, even with everything that went down yesterday, was talking more about how how much more are the Dolphins really going to improve rather than the home run side. I feel like there was still hate through the national media. And I feel like there needs to be talked about that.
It's at an all-time high. It's at an all-time high at the end of the day. But again, see, we get mad at the national media, and as a Dolphin fan, you should. But at the same token, I never get mad at what people say. I listen to the message and see if anything has validity. At the end of the day, we all know what it all comes down to. It's going to be Tua Tagovailoa.
I mean, that's true. That's true. I'll give you that. Reason, are you back yet, bud? And if you're not, I'll just keep on going to the next subject.
He say he'll let you know when he's back. But yeah, okay. It's gonna come down to that because at the end of the day,
because I listened to Colin Cowherd yesterday,
Mhm.
I listened to First Take. I listened to Shannon. Like, there was still not a lot of love for this team or what we've done. And I don't look. I guess I know what it is. The Dolphins need to win. They need to win.
We not only do we need to win, but again, even if we win, Tua has to be a bright spot in that winning, because I heard you say this earlier, Stephen, and I totally disagree. You said that look at what they did in San Francisco with this system. You could still win. Yeah, but why aren't they holding on to Jimmy G?
I mean, he's not gone yet. I'm not saying he's not going to. He's probably gone, but I mean, he's not gone yet.
Another year, but still, they've already decided to move on.
Have they though?
I think that he will actually stay another year, believe it or not. But still, he is not a part of their future plans.
Stephen, Wild Printing Graphics, South Florida says Stephen A. called us a cesspool after all the coaching hires and player acquisitions.
At the end of the day, we can criticize that all we want, and I also disagree with him. But okay, and again, I am very positive about what we're doing. Let me get that straight now. But what happens, Stephen, if at the end of the day it all is like, how could we have all this and we still try? What are we going to say then?
That's so Dolphins.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, we can. This team knows how to find a way every offseason to make us optimistic and happy, and the end result ends the same. And I don't think this time it'll end the same, but if it does, this time none of us should act surprised. And so if the national media wants to tell you this and that, I think this is a moment where the first time we should all just kick back, stop fighting the media, and just let time tell. Because at the end of the day, maybe if we do that for this first time, we'll finally prove them wrong. But we love sticking our chest out, and then at the end of the day, we are wrong.
I mean, yeah, 100%, man. I just want, I guess I want some respect. And I feel like, look, there's plenty of reasons that you, me, Reason, Doug, K-Flex, everybody, the Fins Tailgate guys, the Dolphin show, everybody, the Miami Sports Fanatics. There's a reason that there's a lot of YouTube platforms now. And I think part of that is the national media not talking about the Dolphins for 2 minutes and it being a negative 2 minutes at that, and then not having the conversation anymore.
But
we have the biggest offseason in NFL history easily of any team.
But you want something that's earned, Steven. We done seen this story before. People load up in the offseason and it doesn't amount to much.
Yeah, there's no trophy for winning the offseason.
Yeah, you got to go out there and put it on the field, bro. There's elements that we aren't discussing, and I think we'll discuss in the next 2 months, the non-favorable ones, like this team has to gel together.
Mm-hmm.
They have to – Mike McDaniel has to install a culture that sometimes can take a full season.
Yeah.
Everybody's learning new positions. The coaches have to get settled in to, there's a lot of factors that we can't overlook. I just think that the talent we have should, at a minimum, make the playoffs. I'm not having these Super Bowl aspirations, even though I think we're going to go to it and win it. But that's just me. Every year I find some way to believe that, and I do.
I am this year. I'm already on that bandwagon.
But from an evaluation standpoint,
that's the fan in me. That's the fan.
Even if we make the wild card, it's a success for me.
Well, that was my next thing I wanted to bring up to you. Do we compete with the Buffalo Bills the way the roster's currently constructed today, as of this moment?
Reason?
I think we can beat Buffalo once this year.
Okay. The second game, if we do.
So that puts us, you take last year, I think we sweep New York. I think we still sweep New England. That puts us at what? That's 5-1 in the division. We win the division, right?
We got to see it on the field, but
yeah,
just based on on paper, we should be able to at least, I'm not saying win, but compete for our division title. we shouldn't be rolling over.
Let
You know what I mean?
let me tell you the type of trap game that can get us in our division this year. We could get caught up in the game, like remember the Patriots Buffalo and that winter game they had?
Yep.
We can get caught up in a game like that, and that could be a game that sneaks up and we take a L where our secondary is rendered useless because they're not really throwing the ball. And that ain't got to be Buffalo. That could be the Patriots. You know, I mean, you also have to look at who will have the better run defense in a game like that. And unfortunately, our entire division, our entire freaking division is up north, man. So there's a great likelihood that we may face one of those games. So that's why I don't know. I always say if you're going to have success in the division, shoot for 4-2. Anything over that is a bonus.
Yeah, I mean, our run game should be able to keep. I mean, if everything goes as planned, and like, for example, like Raheem Mostert stays healthy, you know, which I mean, hey, you know, they should be. We should be able to, you know, at least dictate between our speed and our run game. We should be able to dictate what defenses do against us more instead of with the last couple of years. It's been the defenses are really dictating how we play offensively. That should be a nice change, but you know, I think we should be able to compete in those games. But I think it's going to come down to, can our linebacking core stop the run? You know, can that second level be better than what it's been the last couple of years against the run? So that's what you know, when we get in that smash mouth football game, yeah, we may be able to smash people in the mouth, but will our linebacking core, other than Landon Roberts, be able to smash people in the mouth here? That's going to be the real interesting test for me.
And I got a question. Oh.
And I agree with you, TD, by the way. I said yesterday, everyone was in my comments, everyone on Twitter, Super Bowl. I said, yo, I think we can win a playoff game. Let's start there first. Let's win a playoff game. Then let's start talking about all this other stuff.
And I'm just saying making it is the success for me. So that shows you I'm not even tripping on this team to give unrealistic expectations. Just making it would be refreshing because we don't lock some key players in for years to come. So I feel good about the future. Now, Steven, let me try this real quick because Reason is the perfect person to do this with.
Go ahead, man.
If you don't mind. So
nope, I don't mind.
Reason, play this like real quick game with me. I'm gonna name three players. Okay, I'm gonna name 3 players. Yeah. And if our team has a 10 out of 10 chance of success, that's the baseline. That's where we're starting. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna name 3 players. I'm gonna do them one at a time. And when I name the player, if they get hurt and out for the season, on a scale of 1 to 10, if we're going to start at 10 with everybody being healthy, how would the one player impact the team? You ready?
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill.
8.
Yeah. All right. So Mostert.
8. So we're still sitting there. I think we can get over because we got Edmonds and Ahmed, and I don't know who they're going to add. Right. We might be able to get over that. Yeah,
you're right. Now here's the kid. Here's the big one. Armstead.
6.
Man, that's the only thing I hate about this team. That is the only thing. That's the only reason I did that. That's the scariest part about this team. Yeah. Is that guy is so important for this system. He's important for that run game, setting that edge for all the stuff we like. Trust me, Mike McDaniels is all about getting around the edge with this speed. Jet sweeps, running backs, they run up the middle just to keep it honest.
TD, and if Austin Jackson is starting, like I think he might be at right tackle, Taron Armstead's going to be who he's leaning on, and that's going to be the guy.
Exactly. And we're talking about a guy who weighs so heavy on this team, including pass protection. Now without Armstead, you think of course Tyreek ain't gonna be a deep threat. If you ain't got the time, you go right back to what you were, and all you did is upgrade a guard. And then to the biggest impact of it all, he is so important, and the man can't even play a whole season. That's the only thing I'm nervous about. Yeah. One guy is so important.
But TD,
in this
you got to remember, Everyone thought Trent Williams was washed, injury prone, was done. They got him for nothing, San Francisco, a 3rd round pick and like a 5th, and he hasn't missed a game since. And other than Aaron Donald, who's probably the best player in the NFL last year. So Matt, and I think Terran Armstead, out of the last 4 games, he's like, I remember when he missed 2 games, the 2 games he missed in 2020 was because of COVID, I think. So, hey, maybe cross your fingers, cross your toes that we get that Trent Williams effect where all of a sudden under McDaniel, he becomes healthy and he becomes a superstar. Because I think this, TD, if he stays healthy, bro, y'all thought Trent Williams was good. Terran Armstead's going to be even better. Bro, this is the best left tackle in our franchise since Richmond Webb. He's better than Jake Long. He's better than Brandon Albert. He's better than Laremy Tunsil, man.
There ain't no question about it. This ain't even generational. This is unearthly.
Dude, yo, in the last 24 hours, we've added 2 players, 48 hours. We've added 2 players. If they continue on the current trajectory they're at, they're Hall of Fame. They're Canton bound. And we've added them in the last 48 hours, man. And I say this again, TD, the coaching staff, I think we got the coaching staff to get these young kids right if they stick with them. But Terran Armstead is also going to be a big factor in them getting right too. So that's why he needs to stay healthy.
Hey,
but yo, guys, I gotta go.
Hey,
I appreciate you for having me, boys.
Reason, before you leave, bro. Check out Billy Jackson's comment. I ain't gonna lie, they got a nice ring to it.
Hey, reason, man. Thank you so much for coming on, bro. I love you, man.
Bro.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate y'all both. Take it easy, man.
All right, man. Reason inside the NFL.
We'll talk, boys.
All right, man. All right, TD. I know you don't have too much longer either, but I do want to play this real quick. This is recently. It's 30 seconds long. It was just released on the Miami Dolphins Twitter feed. I think it's pretty cool. Let me go ahead and add it. This is Tyreek Hill.
Dolphin Nation, I am so ready to be a part of Fins Up, man. Your boy Cheetah, so excited to meet all of you guys and ready to turn up, man, and throw it the peace sign. I'm very excited to meet the guys, play with them, have fun. It's going to be a fun year, man. But the guy I'm really excited to meet the most, though, that boy Jalen Waddle. How you doing, little penguin? Yeah, he's a penguin.
Oh,
Dolphin
yes.
Nation, I am so ready.
Come on, bro. He said, I'm ready for the penguin.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you, Steven. Let me tell you how on edge I am. First of all, that was amazing, man.
That got me pumped, son.
That's how you're supposed to have a jet conversation.
That got me pumped.
Hey, but I ain't gonna lie, Steven. I thought he was gonna say Tua Tagovailoa. I'm gonna be like, oh, it's scripted. I'm gonna be like, oh, they done scripted it. They done got him like McDaniel. Told him what to say. No, I'm just playing. But no, man, that was lit. That's lit, man. Tyreek on that same jet headed to Miami. They went and picked him up, boy. And he is happy. That $30 million a year, man. See, that's generational, man. Changes your whole family outlook, man.
I noticed 2 things on him. He still had the number 10 chain, and he had a Kansas City Chiefs chain. So we need him to go see like Jacob the Jeweler or somebody in South Florida. I don't know where Jacob the Jeweler is, but we need him to go see and get some new Miami Dolphins stuff for his neck, man. I'm just throwing that out there. Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami Fan Morning Show. This was crazy. I started out the show today with 305 Sports Babe and Doll Freaky. Had a great opening with them. Then I had, Alex Donno come on, the Honorable Solo D, and then TD Fins Talk, and then Reason. Why am I struggling to say his name? Mauricio came through. I tried to get Dougley. Dougley was like, hey, man, the baby is like super crying right now. I can't come on. But that would have made it awesome. Even more than what it already was. Great show this morning, dude. Thank you so much for coming on, bro.
I think it's good times for Dolphin fans. I feel like this has it hasn't removed, but it has released some of the anxiety and tension between some of the fans.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen much fighting in the last 48 hours. You still, it's still some division, but at the same token, the thought of potentially winning is starting that Band-Aid, and now we just got to win to cure it all, man. At the end of the day, no matter who's going to end up wrong, no matter who's going to end up right, at the end of the day, we all want the Dolphins to win, and that needs to supersede everything. It doesn't matter what side of the spectrum you're on, what opinion you have. At the end of the day, we should just look forward to us winning. And if we get that done, we all can be happy. If we don't get that one done, another civil war.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong about that. Like, this is all the chips are in. All the chips are in. And the Dolphins have I hate putting it like this, but it's a do or die mentality, right? Like, it's put up or shut up. Like, this is what it's gonna be. And the Dolphins,
but I say they need to keep putting up, because you have a window. You know, especially just imagine you go win a Super Bowl with Tua, because you built this team so great that you win a Super Bowl with him. Listen, bro, it all ends. You know what I mean? I mean, at the end of the day, everything just shuts its mouth. So go all in now. Go all in now.
So the Honey Badger, you want to see him. Deebo Samuel, maybe, right? Maybe.
I don't think that's a good move for us.
DK
would be more useful in this offense. I mean, think about it. You got Waddle and Tyreek. What do you need Deebo for? And then you got Mostert. Basically, you know what I'm saying? It's a overkill, because you basically only have one of the guys if there's an injury. It's an overkill, bro. You can get more value on your team than bringing in Deebo at this point. Like, whatever you're going to bring Deebo in for, and you're going to have to give him a deal, maybe not this year, but next year, you just got to look at it as you could have rounded this team up. You know what I mean? It doesn't make, I mean, again, you get them. It's like, God, dog, it's ain't going to ever be nothing. Basically, they did what nobody thought they could do, is recreate Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah. And hey, if that's what it takes, then hey, I'm with that too.
Yeah, man.
But at the end of the day, eventually it all catches up, man. But I got to run, Steven. Thank you so much for having me, especially since you said I wasn't welcome anymore. But man,
I don't welcome TD fake talk on here no more. None of that.
Hater of the year, man.
Hey, I love you, brother. Be good,
all right,
man.
Talk to you soon.
Yep. See you. Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show, Clap Blockers. I enjoyed it today. If you guys haven't done so already, please hit that like button. Hit it. 132 likes, over 200 people watching. Hit it. If you can, donate to the channel. Help the channel grow. You can do that on Twitter. You can do that on YouTube. Super Chat. You can use PayPal. You can use Cash App. The links are in the description below. It was so much fun today. I enjoyed it. I want to thank everybody that showed up today. My girls, 305 Sports Babe, Doll Freaky. I want to say a big shout out to Alex Donno, my good buddy. I want to say a big shout out to the two goats that are on YouTube. TD Fins Talk, The Real Reason, for coming up. Marci, I can't say your name, bro. I keep on butchering it. Marcirio. You know what I'm trying to say. Shout out to you for coming on this morning, bro. Appreciate it. A lot of fun this morning. I want to give a big shout out for the $100 donation by Cappy the Penguin. That's a big deal, Cappy. Thank you so much for donating $100 to the channel today. Thank you so much, man. It was such a good show. And what I really want everybody to do is share today's show. Go out and share today's show. Let everybody know how great today's show was. I can't grow without your help. So if everybody went on Twitter right now and tagged me and tagged the link to this show and told everybody to watch it, it would help. So make sure you guys go do that, man. A lot of fun. Just today was an awesome show, and I couldn't do it without y'all. So tomorrow is Friday, Spread Kindness Friday. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow. We're going to hang out tomorrow. Hopefully you guys can come and hang out with me again tomorrow. It'll be a lot of fun tomorrow, Spread Kindness Friday. Here Monday through Friday, 9 a.m., make sure y'all come and hang out with us. I love y'all. Y'all the best. This is the the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network, and this is the #1 Miami fan morning show. Clock Blockers, I will see y'all tomorrow right here. Be here or be square. Love y'all. Peace. Be good.